Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are, well, getting into some Tarkov, I suppose. You know what's actually very, very interesting is that lots of people are just not really playing Tarkov right now, and it's, it's a thing. It's a thing. But I was actually checking out a little bit of DayZ, just like off stream, just like trying to figure stuff out, because like I used to play that game. I did genuinely used to play DayZ, and I think it's maybe interesting. It's like something that like it's probably the first time in ages that I've thought like, oh, maybe we'd try like pick up another game on stream or something outside of Tarky. Sub is Bog, thank you for the 11 months. Nearly there for the year, Sad. Thank you so much for the support, dude. Yes, Nitex, Sad, Anno, hello friends. Welcome back to, yes, another stream. So yeah, I mean, I don't expect to be playing any DayZ today, but it's interesting. I think this it's funny, like the pros and cons of different models of the game. It's fascinating because it's easy to sit here in the Tarkov category and complain about EFT and all that kind of stuff, right? It's just like the nature of the beast right now. But what is interesting is going to play other games and seeing like, issues that you have with having stuff work the way that it does in other games. So like me and Churchill on the podcast have talked previously about Rust, for example, and I guess DayZ's in that same category of having like server-based games where you kind of get to know people and there's more interaction and yada yada. But the issue with that is that there's like actually now a greater spectrum of what is good gameplay or a good gameplay experience and what is not a good gameplay experience. Whereas in Tarkov, it's more consistent overall, even though maybe it's not as good at the top end. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me, it's like actually the process of trying to find, because you can mod DayZ, the process of actually trying to find a good server that isn't full all the time, because you want to be able to get into it consistently. You don't want to sit in a 20-minute queue to get into a game, because that just kind of sucks. But that actually has like the combination of mods that you want, etc., etc. is actually quite hard. It's not actually that easy. So there are advantages to Tarkov's approach in the fact that everyone plays the same game, for better or worse. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts, but it's interesting. I mean, I think I figured out a few things because me and all my friends tried to play DayZ at one point again. And I don't remember it being that hard to start. I think that a lot of stuff has changed, and it's very different to the way it was when we played the Arma 2 mod, unfortunately. And so you kind of have to play like modded DayZ, I feel. Well, that seems to be what people have said. And the mods do seem to be a bit better, but the fact that EFT just, it has, oh god, we got kicked out the queue like almost immediately. The thing about Tarkov is that Tarkov has like lots of different ways of playing the game without actually having to go and like play a proper raid. And it sounds kind of stupid because you want to be playing the game, right? Of course. But if you don't have time, you can play a scav run. If you've only got a few minutes, you can work on your hideout, right? And you can put time into the game that contributes towards when you do play without actually having to play. Whereas something like DayZ, like what can you do other than just go in and try and play the game? If you only have, I don't know, I guess if you get progression and you're geared or something, then you're like, well, I don't really want to play for 15 minutes because what's the point? I might do something stupid and die. It's crazy. So EFT's actually got like lots of facets to it, and like the hideout and stuff, which makes it kind of interesting in some ways. I don't know. It's one of those things that made me think after just playing DayZ for like literally a few hours. I only played it for a few hours. Hello Riggers, I'm a beginner on EFT. Do you have any guides on progression and such? Gosh, I've got so many guides for all sorts of things. I think probably the ammo teaching that I did probably helps with progression the most, because that is going through like every level and like what you're going to look to try and get access to at each level. I think ammo progression is more important than anything else. Progression though, you need to do the quests for that. I don't really have a guide like per se on like what quests to do in what order. You just have to just keep going with the ones that give you. If you're new, let's put it this way. Okay, if you're new, I'm going to assume you have the standard version of the game. I would personally go and play the quest line, but focus on Prapple's quest line up to Punisher. That's the main, like, medium-term goal for all new players, I would say, because you normally start off with the Alpha container, which is really small, and that allows you to get to the Epsilon. And by the time that you've done all that stuff, you'll have learned so much about the game. You can go on quests on the wiki and look at the big tree and whatever and figure it out. But basically, if you do Prapple's quest lines, you'll eventually get to the Punisher, which is good. Hawks, this game is so good, all the other games have become secondary. Yeah, that's true. Working on modding a server for DayZ that'll be EFT inspired. Hey, that's nice. Yeah, I haven't done anything with like traders or anything like that. I haven't done anything on traders or anything with DayZ. I'm not even sure if I want to. Like maybe if I played it for a bit, I don't know. Hello, Goofy. What are we doing today? Today we're going to carry on with the Lightkeeper stuff. We're just chatting for a minute. I'm just going to have a quick wander around through factory. I guess we've got a minute. We'll just loot some boxes. I'm just keeping up with people and updating everyone with what's been going on and talking a little bit about my DayZ experience, which is very, very short-lived. But I feel the itch to continue. I think, so what I was saying before was when I started playing DayZ again and tried to get my IRL friends involved in playing DayZ again from scratch, we found it just almost impossible to start, and you have to watch a bunch of things. And even then, it was like you have to find a small stone, and you have to find 2 small stones and rub them together, and that's how you make a knife. And even just getting to that point before dying of hunger was just, it seemed to be kind of too much. And we were trying to play like basic vanilla DayZ, but apparently that's not the way you do it. And I did play some modded DayZ over the weekend, just on my own, just casually. And it was better. I did figure out a few things. Some of the servers, you started off with a knife, so you actually like could begin. Which I think is maybe nice, because just like running around looking for rocks is not really the gameplay that we're looking for. Like, it's the bit after that that's important. So I don't know. But yeah. How do you keep motivated? I'm level 60 with Collector done. I just can't enjoy the Lightkeeper questline. Is it even worth it? It's definitely not worth it. I just haven't done it before. The way I keep motivated is that I don't grind the game really, really hard, honestly. Like, that's honestly the answer. I can't show you here, but I'm level 46. I haven't grounded it like crazy. Because I'm basically, in the day, I'm busy making YouTube videos, and normally I'd play more at night or stream at night or whatever, but I can't right now because my little kiddos keep waking up, and it just makes it too inconsistent. I'd have to like run off halfway through a stream and stuff, and I don't want to do that. So I've not been playing, actually, this wipe as much, well, anywhere near as much as like even other wipes. Ah! Is he a PMC? I think he is. I should have just gone from earlier. Never mind. So yeah, I just keep motivated because I've not done Lightkeeper before. Did I even hit him? It was the foul, wasn't it? I should have just shot him. Yeah, because I just not playing so much, and so it makes it easier. And I've not done Lightkeeper before, so I'd quite like to see what those tasks are like. I don't really want to do Shooterborn because I've tried Shooterborn like a million times, right? And I know I don't really enjoy it very much. It doesn't fit my playstyle, and it doesn't really fit what I want to do on stream. So that's just that, right? That's just that. Whereas Lightkeeper, I don't really mind. So, crafted for 3 weeks without raid before. Yeah, and it keeps you involved, right? Bing Chiller, hey, hello, Noctu. Is there a critical quest tree you'd recommend? Yeah, I mean, it's Punisher mainly. And it's definitely what I'm looking for. EOD edition. Okay, well, if you're on EOD, then it matters a little bit less. If you're on EOD, then I would focus on trying to get, like, the main thing there would be trying to get here to Peacekeeper, to M856A1 ammo. Like, this is the mainstay staple. Like, the 2 early game bullets that are not shotgun or flesh damage bullets, for me, is Prapor 2, and it's this one, PP. And the other one is Peacekeeper's M856A1. This basically unlocks, like, all the 545 weapons and all the 556 weapons. So you can use all of those and be, like, you know, half decent. Like, it's not the best bullet in the world for this level of the wipe, for where we are so far through the progression, but you know, lots of people are still using this, and if you shoot them enough, they will die even in class 5 armor. If you get a headshot with this, then this will pen class 4 helmets and kill them 50% of the time. So like, both of these bullets are actually good. Those are really what I would go for. Now, Peacekeeper, it means you need to do his quest, the Cult Part 1. So you have to go through the Peacekeeper quest line, which means you need to do Skiers stuff. So have a look at the big. Let me have a look. So if you go Tarkov quests, quests Tarkov, it comes up. There's a page for it. There's a page for it, which is let's see. It's this one here. Tarkov quests, and then on there there's a set of image guides, and there's the bottommost image guide is this one. I'll see if I can bring it up in a sensible way. Let me have a look. Which scene do I want? I want that one. Yeah. So this image guide here, this is the one that I quite like. This is the one I usually follow. So Prapor goes all the way up to Punisher. So you see over on this side, you've got Punisher Part 5, Punisher Part 6, this kind of stuff. The ones with the box means that you have to do them for Lightkeeper. So we already did those. But yes, you do debut, checking, delivery from the past, BP depot, bad rep evidence, ice cream cones, shaky up teller, and then you get Punisher 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then after that, you get the Epsilon container. So that's important if you've got standard, but if you have standard, if you have EOD already, it matters less because you've got the Gamma container. So the one that you want to do then is the Cult Part 1, which is on down here. You need to do Friend from the West to get in on the Peacekeeper stuff. So you do Friend from the West Part 1. So you do Skier, Supplier, Friend from the West Part 1, Fishing Gear, Tiger Safari, Scrap Metal, Eagle Eye, Humanitarian Supplies, and then the Cult Part 1, that gets you the ammo, which you're probably looking for. At least M856A1. I mean, that's what I focus on. I focus on getting those particular pieces of ammo for progression-wise. And then other than that, you just level up the traders, right? That's what you do. It's ammo, really. And I have a full video about ammo on the YouTube. It's called, like, ammo, weapon and ammo progression. I go through like every ammo at every level, like every level milestone, and the guns that kind of pair well with it. It's quite a long video, but I sort of touch on lots of stuff in there. Howdy, hello, Banana. Good to not burn out on this wipe. I agree, and this wipe is probably one of the most like scuffed wipes that we've had for a long time. So, you know, it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. Ash 12, maybe, yeah. Hello, Nebs. Hello. Yeah, so right, what we've got to do today, we've got these. We've been given these by Mechanic. So if we go to Mr. Mechanic himself, he has now got Network Provider Part 2. So we found the CFDM radios. We found 3 of the 4 gas analyzers. I screwed one of them up because I managed to leave with a run-through on the last one. But we crafted the last one over the weekend while I was offline. And waited the 8 hours that you have to wait for Network Provider Part 2. And now we're on Network Provider Part 2. So all we have to do here, assemble the transmitters. We need to install them in the Lighthouse area. So we basically just have to go to Lighthouse and plant these things down. Like you can craft these, but it's a pain. So we're going to stick them in our secure and try to not have that happen. I've genuinely not even looked at this quest yet. Network Provider Part 2. So we're gonna figure this out together. I've never done this quest. I've never seen it. We'll have to see. Ammo vid was so good. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it was good for people who like those videos. They get less views than my normal videos, but the people who they're useful for really love them. So that's why I keep making them. If only they fix the flashlight glitch. Yeah, I know. We just have to go in and plant the stuff. Yeah. Agree with this wipe being scuffed, been burnt out with a late start, just hit level 37, got PC before, finally run 76051, that's always fun. Yeah, and crafting the M61s is good. And that's the deal. So, 4 different repeaters in different locations, recommend you place them in 4 separate raids, yep, 40-second countdown, someone can pick it up, or I guess shoot you. What does it say? 1, these 3 are not too bad. High elevation, sunken building, USEC cottage, they're not terrible. MI8 helicopter is slightly problematic, but I guess this is the same one. Yeah, that's kind of the same one that you do when you plant Prapple's thingamabobbin, isn't it? Roof of the sunken building on the plateau where the ground cache is located. It's in sunken building. We might have a little bit of trouble, but let's have a look. Let's see. Didn't play for a while. I had a hard time playing Tarkov. Any tips getting back into the game and getting good? Oh god, I mean getting good is hard, right? Getting good is really tough. Yo, Hawks with the 5 gifted. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Who do they go to? Brucey? Hardy, Baster, Captain, Molten Shoe. Well, fantastic, guys. Right, we're going to have to do a bunch of these. So we go CMS, it's going to stay up here. Do I even need my sick case? Probably not, honestly. I don't even need this. We're going to leave this up here. Stick this in like that, and then we're probably not going to use the MPX. I mean, we could. I've got the MPX on me, so maybe we just use this because I can't be bothered to change loadout. It's not really my gun du jour. I'm not even intending on making something about this gun, to be perfectly honest with you. I think we went like 7. We'll go. Oops. Oh god. Go 6. Put one of them in there. Can stay in there. 10, and then. Oh, did I want another 5? Yeah. I'm gonna do 11. Okay, fine. Let's go 15, 4. Do another, yeah, we'll do 11. And then 11 of these. That'll do. We'll just go with this. This is fine. Yeah, I actually nearly ran out of PvP. That was kind of why we stopped using this gun. Or the 9mm guns. I wanted to use the MP5 SD a bit, and it was fun. I did enjoy it. It was good. We were testing this out because I literally bought one to show people that it wasn't as good. But... Yo, and another gifted to Fictitious. Thank you, Hawks. I really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Okay, so this thing is scuffed. We're gonna sell this. How much is this to repair? I mean, you get skill points for repairing, so I kind of don't mind. It's just expensive to do it, but... Yo, dude! Hawks going mad. Hawks going mad. Appreciate every gifted, my friend. Let me think about the more generic question in a second. So, where can I find 3 BTG? Basically, run your scav over and over. That's probably the easiest way. And also moonshine in the hideout. That's what I would say. What kind of vids get the most views? Would have thought the deep dive vids would be most popular. Nah, it's guns. Honestly, it's guns and some game update stuff with. So run moonshine. I would for 3 BTG. Yeah, and some game update stuff. If there's like something really new that's appeared that's like really different or whatever, then it's that usually. But normally for me, it's gun videos. People like gun videos. I just don't want to make gun videos all the time. I like making gun videos, but just not constantly. I also don't have enough footage to make like 3 gun videos a week. Dude, Bing Chiller got another one. Look at this. Look at this. This is nuts. This is nuts. Look, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Lots of fun with Lightkeeper questline, except killing near the island. That's better now, I think, so it should be fine. Have you have a great day, Giga? Thanks, Doc. Only thing keeping me going, I'm so close to getting Tiger Stripe camo. Yeah, Scav or Labs, trouble finding that stem. You just have to keep doing it. Love the channel. Thanks, man. You're all on the right channel. Hawks Big Backer. Thank you, buddy. I'd like to see more efficient kits videos. I watched the last one and found it really interesting. Okay. I'd say put on the 2x. We'll go. I guess we probably should have, but with this, I'd rather just like position myself and use the red dot, I think, honestly. Howdy, Sean. Howdy, Sean. Hey, JP. How's it going, buddy? How are the kiddos? All good? The crazy life. I was awake every hour last night until 2 a.m. with the elder one, actually, with a vivid imagination of all sorts of things going on. So I actually had a nap this morning, so I actually don't feel too bad. This is a coffee, though, as opposed to a tea. It's necessary. Yo, Slick. What's up, man? So yes, how to get better in general. Gosh, it's so hard, right? I mean, what's the deal? Learning the maps to a certain extent and then just playing. There's a lot of experience, but I think, honestly, the main takeaway for getting better at Tarkov is just like being deliberate about learning and focus on one gun at a time. Like, don't change too much all at once, right? If you go to, don't just go like, M700 on woods with, light kit and then go like super heavy geared on reserve, underground with an RD, and then jump to streets with like an MDR and stuff like that'll mess you up. Like if you want to seriously get better, then you want to try to keep things as consistent as possible. Like when I was playing Labs, I feel like I was getting better more quickly because I was using basically the same kit every raid. I was using the AK-101 with the same ammo mix every raid, and you get a flow state for how your gun performs, like what the recoil is, the muscle memory on that, your turn rate, even though that's much smaller now, it's still important. Like your weight, how much you can carry, how you can move around. It is important. Like it's one of the downsides actually of like doing the content thing, because I enjoy it, but I also feel compelled to run like lots of different kits to try stuff out, which is good and all, but it can be tricky sometimes because you're always like throwing off your muscle memory and stuff. So yeah. Eating too much Alpen? Oh god. How's the Tarkov grind going? Good, yeah. I mean, I've not played that much recently because I basically had a week off when I went to the Dota 2 major in Berlin, which was fun. So yeah, it's alright. We're just like slowly meandering our way down the Lightkeeper path, and it's decent. Kids well, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Remember my son waking up every hour, he's 9 now. Hopefully that doesn't happen anymore. I always change things up, I know. And especially when you're like moving your ammo around and you're like, oh god, now I've got to change my whole secure container and blah blah blah. Hey Milo. Love to use what you get from people. It is fun, but you will perform worse because of it, but like whether that bothers you or not, it doesn't matter. I'm playing Labs for Mule and Meldonin. Yeah, that can work, yeah. Feel myself getting better over time. Yeah, it's true. Goofy role playing, fully commit. Once a night, once a night you can probably deal with, but yeah, like last night was just insane. And then they were up from like 6, and you're just like, oh, for God's sake. Okay. We only went to bed properly at 2. Right, let's press the button and get rid of them old pre-rolls. Been interviewing for a new position. Hey, nice. I've been a bit absent. Something fun? Something fun? Why is Tarkov Shooter 7 so awful when it should be so easy? I honestly don't even know. It took me ages. I had to go back to using the VPO. I just couldn't get it done this way. It was so weird. Are you streaming it, everyone? I'm not. You need a 4 series, like a 4000 series card to stream in AV1. I haven't. So the 30 series cards have an AV1 decoder, but not an encoder, and I have a 3070. So I have I can decode AV1, but I can't encode AV1. You need a 40 whatever to make it work. I could, in theory, send it in like HEVC or like X265, but I'm not bothering at the moment on that. And I'm using right now. It's a good question actually. Oh, I'm using 20K on X264 at the moment on YouTube. Love playing the game. Dropped it for months due to constant scares of desync and new issues. What's the best way to get over these scares? I mean, honestly, I would wait for the technical fix. Like if you're concerned about desync and concerned about audio and concerned about bugs and stuff like that, I would continue to take a break right now because the audio is still not really that good. Networking's pretty bad. There should be good things coming soon, hopefully. I mean, if it's not good after they do the fixes and stuff, then we're in big trouble. But either that or don't worry so much and just play to enjoy it and just play to play rather than trying to sweat out or be too crazy, you know. Like do a bunch of scav, do some silly stuff, you know, make a challenge for yourself, like go 0 to hero, like whatever. That's the best way to do those scares, I think. Okay, so we are here. I really should have left the old should have left the quest log up here as to where we actually need to be. New set cottage. Well, this isn't new set cottage, this is the other cottage. Or is it a new set cottage? We'll go and maybe see what was going on over here. Up we go. Endurance 27. Very good. Game knowledge and map knowledge is also important for getting better. This is true. Actually, where do I even need to go in here? Inside you set cottage on the desk? Okay. I mean, we may well need to fight someone off doing this, but... over here? Oh. Is that behind me? They heard me. Oh, are you serious? My man's literally just straight up killed me with a headshot. Damn, I wonder if we hit him. I thought we could just like strafe across and get the kill. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm solo queue. I'm versus solo and duo against duos. I don't think so, but wish the audio from walking around the houses wasn't so loud. And you can't really tell the direction either. It's kind of annoying. Well, Lightkeeper quest. We're doing Network Provider Part 2. A Bitcoiner. We did hit him once. We just got like literally tapped straight in the head. Love to see a replay of that. You know what? Actually, I should set this. I should set something up so I can do that. It's actually annoying if I stop the recording. That's the only way that I can actually do it. 556 FMJ. You know what? Like, I think that's probably legitimate, but I'm interested to see if we do actually ever get a notification for any of this stuff. It's like a situation where you just can't tell. Like, it's probably legit 95% of the time. But like, white name FMJ straight to the head when I was very quiet. He pre-fired me in that location. You never know. There's a small chance. I'm surprised that he got me as well. Yeah, because he was holding, I was moving, the desync was in my favor. I had the right hand as well. Yeah, I've seen people getting the report logs back through, so I feel like incentivized to actually like send some, like any that were like weird situations, whatever. Because I want to see it. I want to see the report. It'd be interesting. Because if you don't send it, you never know. There's almost a bizarre incentive there where you kind of like send stuff that you're really not sure about because you're like, well, just for the avoidance of doubt, we may as well. I got a report back, pretty good feeling. Nice. Now I don't actually know what gun I'm going to use here because I guess we could go. I mean, if we're doing like chalet stuff, I've got a bunch of weapons that I've not used yet, and I've been crafting lots of M61. So we could either go for basically it's a combination of the Mark 17, like the big scar. Maybe we go big scar. Oh no. Oh no. Shiny forehead too? Yeah, I know. Never Fighter 2 got my last CFDM the other night. Yeah, yeah, the CFDM is crazy, but it was actually gas analyzers that I ended up not having, which is quite funny. I haven't got the noti yet, unless I missed it. Very rare to report. Yeah, I don't normally report people either. Maybe let's whip out the old scar. Why not? I've been keeping these the whole wipe basically until I've got M61 and stuff. So we'll go with a decent build for them and just test them out. I've not tried this gun particularly, but we can go full, which is okay for Lighthouse. I feel like it's a good sort of combo of things. Do we want to go like this? Maybe this, or it's funny. You can see MIP streaming kicking in. You see the low quality textures, and then it loads in. Like that's what MIP streaming does. It's like low quality, and then it loads in. Once it's loaded, then it's no, it's still is slightly slow to load in, even when you swap like that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so muzzle brake wise, I guess we can just go. We can go Thunder Beast, I suppose, because it's a nice like a sort of middle ground between these things. And then yeah, we'll go for the black mag. This mag's actually slightly heavier. Do they really think the paint is like 20 grams? I'm not sure. Maybe. All right, so there's not really much else you can do with this thing. You can put on. You maybe you want to change over to this actually, don't you? You want to change to this first, and then stick this thing on afterwards. Oh, you can't on this version. Oh yes, you can only do it that way around. Yes, that's fair. You can't do it this way. It only fits onto the other one.
Gold, please.
That's fine. Okay, we'll go for M-Lock then. We'll go for an M-Lock. There you go. Pretty easy. Getting the gifted from from Hawks yet again. Thank you, mate. You're gonna be all my subs at this point, at this rate. Okay, so and we're gonna go for something. I think what we might do is we might carry on using this guy because I do like these. These scopes are really fun and really cool, and they even work in CQB because of the 1X. Actually, they're actually fine. Yep, that's sensible. 506 MDL Scar is awesome. They are good. They are good guns. Getting your LEDX driving me off the edge. It is nutty, yeah. I found one on labs doing my labs grind. So our ergo's a bit low, is the only thing. I guess it's because this is the long version. Yeah. It's the long version. I guess it'll just have to do. We'll just have to make do with it. Shoreline with keys. Tweaker's a great video. Yeah, I'm not really a big shoreline guy, so if you want to go and figure out... Oh, I got 600 M61. I have been crafting quite a bit of it. Didn't realise it was quite that much. Well, we'll do... we'll just do like 10 and 10, that kind of deal. especially in the first mag. 10 and 10. And then we'll buy, I guess, another 2 mags or something. Whether we use M62 or M6 or M80 is another question. We'll probably just use M62. We may as well. It is expensive. It's expensive bullets, but if you can buy it, then that's the thing. It doesn't really matter what the price is, to an extent, if you can just pay for it, you know, because you can make money like relatively easily. Let's go for another one of these. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to buy these before we get... Oh, okay, they're actually slightly more expensive. Let's do it through Ragman. So Ragman... He's on Ragman 4 now, isn't it? Got one on Woods. As soon as I stuck it up my arse, seems like everyone was hunting me down. Oh boy. Sorry for dropping another creator name. Didn't think you mind. No, I don't mind. Tweak is a homie, you know. He's all good. Server populations are low. Yes, it's true. Yeah, he does Santa. Watch the vids, did the runs, either get smashed by players or no LEDX spawn. It's a rough one. It really is a tough one. Yeah, I mean, I really struggle with LEDXs as well because I'm not a big shoreline guy, and that's where the problems come in, because that's typically where you would go to get them. Oh well, you know what? It's still so cheap relative. It's still so cheap. I can't really complain too much. We're paying 40k rather than, or 140k rather than 130k. Like, who actually cares? Now, I wonder if I'd had some glasses on. I wonder if that would have saved me on that last one. Maybe we'll put some glasses on this time. Now, do I have any more helmets just like floating around? Not really. So we'll stick that in there. Take one of these razors. We'll get one of them on. Gotta go green head. Alright, and we've got some other meds going on. We've got the car. We'll just use one of these Calocs, I think, just because we've got them to hand. I do end up storing them up, and then I use them when I get to a situation like this. I'm just like, yeah, we'll just use them. I probably, you know what, I should have pre-painted in that previous raid. We should have pre-painted. Morning, Rodrigo. Went to labs, got 2 LEDX in black. That was so mind-blowing. That's nutty. That is good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Nice to see that people are actually achieving these things. Right, we're going to give this a little test before we go out, because it's one of those things where it's easy to just pick up a new gun. This is exactly what I was talking about before. You pick up a new gun and then you're not used to it, so we're going to have a little pew 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 in here. Oh, see, that's pretty big. So the recoil on that's okay. The full auto now is pretty atrocious on these. It's very high now. They changed the way that the compensation works for these guns. I don't know why it keeps doing that. So they're nowhere near as like compensatory as they used to be, so we kind of have to play this in semi, but that's okay. We've got it for point blank situations. All right, let's queue out again. Did I bring the second mag in? I did not. Let's just make sure we've got everything, given I did that. Yeah, I think otherwise we're okay. Good. Oops. There you go. There we go. Cool. Very welcome all. Best channel here for info and positivity. Well, we got to try and be positive. Everyone else is leaving the game and whatever, so... I feel like, you know, it's one of those things, like if you play the game 12 hours a day, then like, yeah, it's going to get to you, get really frustrating, but... You can still enjoy the game in this situation, even if it's not in the best state from the community perspective or the way people think. Good old days before M62 was nerfed. I still don't know why it was nerfed like it was, to be honest. Random question. How big is the head eyes hitbox? Find it sus you get insta head eyes whenever you peeked? No, it's not super huge. It's slightly bigger than the models, like in game, but it's not that much bigger than the actual head itself. I think it's partly one of those kind of weird biases where it's just the most unprotected thing, so you just see it the most. Anytime you get hit there, you die. People are good at hitting headshots too. It's true. You got head jaws. Glasses wouldn't have helped. Fair enough. I forgot. Need to start doing more labs. I have lots of cards. And now you can buy them off the flea. So now you can do as much labs as you like, which is good because it means that you now don't need to pre-prepare for it, which is fun. It's annoying to have to prepare for going to labs, or at least I found it kind of frustrating. Helmet looks beaten up. I think it was okay, wasn't it? I don't know. Afternoon, Null. Stop going there because there's so many sus people or sweaty dudes. Now, labs are super try-hard. You have to try really, really hard.
Being able to sell my labs cards on the flea finally makes my fence rep worth it.
You basically get a labs card every time you play Scav, pretty much, if your fence rep's high. I mean, mine's not even that much. It's 4.5 or something. I'm not even at max. And I still get a labs card a lot of the time now. What do you think is the best armor from Ragman 3? Good question. It depends on what you want to do. I think that the Korund is fine. Can you buy the Korund from him? Actually, no, you can't, can you? It's the Gazelle. Can you buy the Korund from Ragman? Is his the barter? Or is it Prepor? I think it's just Prepor, isn't it? I like the Gazelle from Ragman, basically. So the Korund from Prepor 3 is fine. And then you can buy it in cash from Prepor 4. But yeah, Ragman 3, probably the best armor overall. Oh, it's tricky to say. The Reduce to M is really good, but it makes you really heavy. So it depends on whether you can play overweight. Like whether you like playing overweight or not. I had intended to use that armor a lot more. But it makes you overweight all the time, and I just don't like playing overweight, really. So I tend to use the Gazelle or something like this. This is a Ragman 4, the TTSK. I really like this one. The Bagari's all right if you want to do a lot of looting, but again, that's really heavy. So I usually say the Gazelle just because it gives you class 5. It's not as bad as the Korund. It's not economically as good as the Korund, though, either. So people typically won't pick Korunds up. You'll get them back in insurance. You can repair them nearly full, and then you can take them in again. Whereas the Gazelle, people will take them and sell them, and then because they're slightly smaller, or you get them back and they're just not really worth repairing because you can only repair them like 3 times before they're completely useless. So it's tricky. So the Gazelle's like not the economic choice necessarily, but I quite like it as a piece of armor anyway. Like if it's full, outside of the replayability of that piece of armor, like it's actually quite good when it's at full HP. So I like that on Ragman 3. Otherwise, if you like class 4 armors, I don't really once I get to Ragman 3, but if you do, then the ANAM2 is extremely cheap. The barter for that for the face masks, the Colpack face masks and the glasses can be really good if you pick the glasses up cheaply. Sometimes the glasses are 20k and then it's not really worth it, but glasses can be down to like 12k, and then Colpack visors can be bartered in themselves for chainlets as well, which can be like 6,000 rubles. So you can get the armor for like 60k sometimes, which is insane. You can almost sell it back to Ragman and make money. It's that good. But I don't like class 4 because everything penetrates class 4 like 4 months into the wipe, or a lot of things do anyway. Especially if you go up against anybody who's level 30 plus, like they're just going to go through whatever it is you're wearing. So I just use the Gazelle. I've been using the TTSK though recently because it's plus 6 and cheap. It's a good combo, I think. And yes, Null, thank you for the sub bar, my man, for the 4 months. I just set up combo looking. I mean, I just run on one machine, but... are we... Where's this one? The sunken building? Is it over here somewhere? Is that this? It's here. This is here. So we can do this one. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but we'll find it. We'll figure it out. Yeah, the frame rate, I'm not actually sure. We can maybe pull it up in a sec. Is your tension skill makes you insta-search? I think so, yeah. I've never had it. Yeah, so is it in here somewhere? Oh, God. Let me have a look at them up. On the roof. Okay. Electrical box on top. Right, how do we get to the roof? Up here, maybe? Oh, that's too zoomed in, isn't it? Okay, we're on single, that's fine. I don't even know how you get on the roof. Bloody hell. Stairs inside? Okay, we'll have a look around. Juice and stuff. Okay, we'll leave them for a minute. Are they overweight issue in raid? Yeah. Round glass of defense. That's true. That's true. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's no stairs in here. Stairs in the middle. Raids on labs are cracked. Oh, here they are. I find raiders are okay. It depends. They are kind of mixed, I would say. Sometimes they're super cracked, sometimes they're really dumb. Oh. This thing? My bad. Am I just failing? Other side? Oh god. Somebody's shooting at me with an SVD. Not really ideal. I can't see where this is, guys. Although, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go in anymore, I don't think, because this guy's shooting through this. with an SVD, which is pretty bad. My own sanity, who's the toughest boss? I find Killer because you don't know he's going to be there. Out on that low roof by the southern side. Really? Didn't look like there was anything there. I don't think I can... I can't even see him. I don't even know where he is. I'm amazed he could see me as well. I'm going to get head-eyes. I can't see anything on this roof at all. I don't not believe you guys. Oh, it's there. Oh, I see. Is he over there somewhere? I've got the antenna. Okay, yeah, I see it now. The thing is, if I go over there, he's just going to be waiting because this guy's big sniping, you know. I'm gonna get pew-pewed. And I have to. Partly the issue is the sun is like freaking here, which makes it really hard to see. We're going for smoke. That's true. It would be actually. But yeah, Killer's hard because of his Oh, they're further across. They're over there now. Hopefully. We'll see. I mean, this could be... I could just be, you know... Frequency mode. Oh my god. Okay, we're going to hide inside the building. Sounds like they moved on. I'm glad that they fired. So, like, going loud SVD on Lighthouse, that's a vibe. That really is. Yeah, wander around the corner and Killer's there? Yes, exactly. Killer or Goons? Goons because there's 3? Yeah, maybe Goons because it's hard. They are hard. And you also don't know that they're there when they kill you. Clicky, clicky. That's the first one. Frequency mode! Frequency mode! Right, well now we need to leave and go and do another one. Alright. This is why it's kind of interesting doing these. We'll probably just go Southern Road, honestly. Because it's just over here. We might get pew-pewed on the way. But people aren't doing assessment just in this section anymore, so it's less likely that you're just going to instantly die. It's kind of fun that that guy just decided to leave. What? We're getting loads of, like, packet loss. Let's just have a quick look at the FPS. Just for reference. It's how we be looking right now. 100 FPS. It's not too bad, right? It's certainly workable. Let me bring up my task manager. We get shot now while I'm not looking at the screen. That'll be annoying. I want to see what my GPU 3D is doing. There we go. There we go. Yeah, well, it's looking alright. God, they're like powering along, aren't they? This unsuppressed SVD guy. Trying to track PMCs for assessment. Yeah, there's someone firing far away as well. Big fight over there. Wait, do I even have Southern Road? I do. I think there's Is it? I can't remember whether it's Southern Road or Northern Road. There's like one of them. Is it called Northern Road? Northern Checkpoint. It's either Southern Road or Northern Checkpoint. I feel there's like one of those two where sometimes you can just like not have it if you're too close. I think it might be the Northern one. But Southern Road maybe you always have. I think it's that way. Yeah, Killer always surprises you. I know, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, the FPS is looking pretty solid today, actually. GPU is running at like 43%. Hate the goons because there's absolutely nothing to do about them as a scav. You just hear an American voice and then die. Hope the stream's going well, but trying to get weapon mastery on some weapons for fun. What's a good way to get XP? You just need to get hits. You need to get as many hits as you can. So that's why shotguns tend to weapon mastery out earlier than other weapons, because if you're using 7mm buckshot or something, then when you hit people, or flechette, when you hit people, you hit them like 6 times, up to 8 times with an individual pellet. Or an individual blast, I should say, not an individual pellet. It's like 7 pellets from an individual blast of the shotgun. So that's the deal. You get mastery really quick, but you just need hits. So I guess like maybe go leg meta or something. I don't know. Probably the quickest way to do it. Either that or just fight against scavs. Just shoot them in the legs a million times. I'm not really sure. I don't really do it because you don't really get anything for it. So I've never focused on it, to be honest. But the stream is going well. Thank you, Swap. Goons will at least tell you it was about to happen. Yeah, killer just kills you. I mean, it's in his name, you know? In his name. Yeah, always have southern. I think that's the way. I'm pretty sure that is the way. Always have southern road. You don't always have northern if you spawn right up by the northern camp. Trying into the goons on Lighthouse. Watch out. Whoa, okay. Mastery with the most in yesterday. And you can reload while still being ADS'd, I think. Isn't that the benefit? If you're on Mastery 3. Something like that, anyway. Alright, we did the first one. So the other two, we've got one called High Elevation. We know where the USEC Cottage one is. The MI8 helicopter is a bit more tricky. We can probably have a look and see if there's anything else to pair it with, actually. We can give it a check. Yes, Aliard, you are right. If you're at the northern end, up by the road camp, you cannot get northern checkpoint. And I feel like I've run into that before, just assuming it was there. This was in the early days of Lighthouse, assuming it was there and then getting there and going, where is it? And it's not, not there at all. All right. Fine, easy, easy, easy. Yeah, max cover up this wipe honestly feels so pointless. It's just not worth the grind. Apparently the fence stuff can be really good though, this wipe. Like it never was like that before, but now it can be really good, supposedly. Like, do you sit around refreshing fence and having a look at the items in there? And you can buy slicks and things that obviously you'd normally need to barter for, or stuff that you just can't even barter, like pay for anymore. Seeing the goons on snore line. It's doing my safe runs. Oh no. I just need to kill Bird Eye, actually. I've run into them twice when we had a fair fight, and I killed Knight on one of the times and Pipe on the other one. Like, it's annoying because Bird Eye is the hardest one to kill. It's a bit of a pain. Okay, so what we'll do, I guess we'll just drink this max energy when we get in. So we get 12 of this and a bit of that. Yeah, I mean, that'll do. That shall do. We could take in a grand juice. We'll take pineapple. Sell the grand. Bring the pineapple. I actually like pineapple a lot. I feel people undervalue pineapple. It goes for about the same price as grand juice, even cheaper. But it's got 8 and 30. But then you also get energy recovery 0.2 for 60 seconds. So this gives you, what's this, divided by 5? 12. So it gives you like 30, 20. Which I feel is quite a lot better than a lot of the other ones on there. Honestly, I think it's good. I think pineapple's undervalued. I killed Santa? Oh no. Fence stuff is good even without rep. It is sometimes, but you have to check it so often. That's the problem, and I just can't be bothered to check it. If it came up alongside normal stuff, so sometimes it was randomly, oh, Fence has got this item, then yeah, maybe I'd do it. But because you have to go onto Fence each time and go and check his stuff, like independently as a separate UI, I just don't like it very much. You have to go into here and have a look through and go, okay, what's good in this? And I find that there's very little stuff that's actually any good. Like if you just do one quick pass, there's like nothing in here that's really that useful. Like these are quite good if you want to get reduced M's. Otherwise, I mean, what's useful in here? Like nothing. You have to sit there refreshing for so long. You need to be looking for something specific, I feel. Like some of the gear stuff you can then turn into other things. You know, you can get certain cheap crafting inputs and whatnot, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit overvalued. For the time that you spend looking at it, is what I would say. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to whiz this in, put this repeater down into our secure container. Right, and then let me just have a quick look at the next one. So high elevation, which one actually is this? Is it on a plateau or where the ground cache is located? You're actually kind of looking up at the... Yeah, you're looking at the sunken building, so it's not too bad. Let's go again and just try and get this. There's some of these easy ones down if we spawn near them. You may as well. Let's do it. Fence's special super shop is good. Yeah, it can be good. It can be good. Yeah, Redutem 60 out of 80 for 60k. Yeah, I've seen some screenshots of that kind of thing. I've killed Bird Eye the most, really? How? I use Goons Tracker to kill more in one go. That's nutty. I agree with Blue. This is my take. I don't refresh it because it doesn't tell you when it will reset. And I'm not playing the game just to press refresh on Fence hoping to get something nice. That's my personal take on it as well. I just can't really be bothered. But that's my own problem, right? That's my own issue. Right, let me just press the button. We'll get into this next raid. Up max energy is going for 25k on the flea. Yeah, because you use them to level up immunity. That's the reason. It's a good way to get your hand on annoying quest items like injectors. It can be. Cheap XLs. I just don't want to spend too long doing it. I just don't like the game mechanic that much. 45 is good when you don't want to spend dollars. I got lucky, they kind of messed me up a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I've not tried searching for them yet. That'd be another thing that maybe we do at some point. Maybe do a couple of sessions looking for the goons. We could try it. I've not ever like seriously gone after them. I've only ever bumped into them and then had bad times. Generally. What emoji is that? Kappa. That's weird. Best part of Max Calm is better pricing. You buy stuff on the flea and sell in defense for a profit. Wait, he pays more for stuff if you get Max Karma? Is it possible to play this game casually and have fun? Yeah, you can just play a lot of Scav, honestly. And then just transfer your stuff over to a PMC. Like, you can play a game casually for sure. There's some people who just like main Scav. That's how they do it. Or go like, you know, just pistol runs on the PMC and see how much they can get. Like, that's kind of fun. Like, 0 to hero or like low kit to 0 to hero is quite fun as well. Because you can just like sneak about and you don't feel like you're losing much when you're playing. If you don't want to go like fully kitted and don't have time to get to max traders and all that stuff. So you can do. He's better than Skier, but that's it. Okay. Once on customs, he swept my squad again on Shoreline where I killed Knight and immediately got blown to smithereens. Because that's what happens to me. I kill Big Pipe and then die to the other two, or killed Knight and then die to the other two. Great answer is no. Nobody has fun playing this game. This is true. This is true. I saw Fence selling a LEDX. That's funny. I wonder if that's because therapists won't buy it anymore. I've heard of like random items not being bought. I don't know whether a LEDX can be purchased by therapists. I know like random items sometimes just can't be bought by the traders that are supposed to. But you could find them there because of that. SSD for 20 to 40k, sell to 40k defense. I guess you could sell them to... you could sell them back to Peacekeeper too, which is what I do, to get dollars. Level 50 being a scav is super fun if you want to go around and cause trouble. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, being a scav is just kind of like fun, like PMC bothering stuff. Or you could just, yeah, I guess like people who are bored, like, play more Streets. Streets is going to expand soon, so learn more stuff on Streets. We're probably not all perfect at Streets yet. Level 20 to 32 on scav only for science. That's interesting. Ledix has the issue? Okay. Flare scav gives me anxiety? Yeah, you sit there with your scav on, just run through factory. Like, you'll get it, basically. And you can't sell it anyway, so it doesn't matter if you spawn in before the timer for finding raid. You know, if you spawn in 14 minutes, because factory's got a 20-minute timer. If you exit before 13:00 on the clock, you don't get finding raid because it counts as run through. Because it's 7 minutes after the raid began, not after your run began. So if you spawn in at 14, you have to wait a minute. But you could just run through, because you can't sell the flare on the flea anyway. So you're going to only be using it for your own purposes. So just literally, if you get a flare scav, just run through factory. Straight to gate, whatever it's called. The one underneath with the flashing light. I can't remember what that extract's called for scav. Someone will remind me. There's some of those extracts that I use all the time, I just can't remember what they're called anymore, because they're just like, oh, it's that one. It's that extract. 1G phone away from getting my first kappa. I keep running Scab Case as well. Yeah, losing gear fear by having 2 of everything is a good idea. Duplication is cool. Is that a known bug? Yeah, it's known. They know it for sure. 100%, 100%. Camera bunker, that's what it's called. Yes, good point. Alex in my butt, dies assault defense. Yeah. Camera bunker. Good idea. Right, now we back up at this one again. Well, I guess this time rather than like messing about, we can just try and go in straight away because we know exactly where it is now. Maybe we can plant it without dying. Without getting head jawsed by the random white name. I don't like the discrimination against the white names, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it's legitimate. It's usually one piece of the puzzle as to why someone is sus AF. Oh, you are kidding me. Come off it.
Frequency mode.
Well, hopefully we could just wait here, get this done. Frequency mode. I wonder if anyone else hears that. Desync packet loss again. It's weird. Name color discrimination. I know. And now we can just loot chalet, I suppose. There we go. I'm not sure I can get out of here without, like, super fumbling my key. Wait, hold on. Did I get killed by somebody else? All right. Pretty sure everyone can hear it. M61 goes hard, guys. I got it on semi, yeah. Oh, I didn't bring my CMS. That's dumb. I just push on the grenade sound. Yeah, the grenade sound push, I'm really into now. Wow, we were really at the end of this mag. Lucky. Extremely lucky. How's the grind? Good. Doing alright, actually. Yeah, doing alright. Yeah, M61 is just a different beast. Really is. I feel like there's somebody else around somewhere. Where's that wood? Is that on the outside? Oh, he must be on the stairs. Oh, I see. I think he's looking through the window. I think he's just looking through the window. I could push around, but he'll hear me. No, there he is. Go on, boys. Okay. Still M62 territory. Let's get a bit of another reload on. Oh, okay. Now to try and loot this stuff before we die in a horrible way. I'm going to install that one actually because it's got slightly more M61 in it. Alright, what are we in there? M62s again. A bit more in this one. Right, we need to go before we get swarmed. Alright. Use this, right, that's what we got. Oh, it's a tan ULAC. I don't like the tan ULAC. 90. Didn't bring my sick case either. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Where's his other guy? Too bad you're not doing assessment. I know. Certainly somebody else. Don't know where they are though. God, that. Let's use this before we do anything else. There's someone else around here. Are we all good? Kind of. Kind of. Okay, got an aggressive. It's away now. Ah!
Gold, please.
TC coming in clutch. Wait, there is more. Exactly. Come on, Thorax. Right, so who's this man? Oh god. Scav man. Up at the back. Interesting. Very interesting. Since going full time, you've improved so much. For sure, for sure. Can't stop the Giga helmet. I got the back up there somewhere. I wonder if there's any way we can just like... Oh! I'm too heavy. Too heavy for that. Oh yeah, I can't, I don't have a good angle out of this one. I'm just intrigued as to where this guy might be. Might have just left, I'm not really sure. I could probably grab some of these things though, from here. I think. Don't think I can be seen here. Alright, there we go. Swap that over. Swap those. Man's got a big arse ass. Actually, we can keep that on. I want to keep this... You know what? Let's keep this in a bag here. Let's take this bag. Let's take this over there for a minute. We can try and take this out with us. Was that at us or not? I don't even know. I don't even know. We looted all this stuff from this guy, didn't we? Yeah. It was this guy over here that we got semi-stuck with. Probably swiped in and dipped. Yeah, probably got the first guy. We're really low on armor now, so we need to get out ASAP. That's also zeroed. God, all the zeroed armors. Insane. I put my bag down here, I think. So, what's the best way of doing this? So we want to go... Have a quick look in here. Here's something? Okay. Yeah, he can take the one on the top. I don't really care. Right, sorry guys, I've been very, very focused. So, what we're going to do... is, I guess, we're going to get rid of those. We're going to put that in here. We're going to take this off. Pop that on that, like that. I can't do it with this bag. Go back to mine. That'll do. We're pretty heavy. Right, let's try and get back down to Southern Road. Doing another painkiller. feel like Southern Road's probably the safest at this point. Can you get out of this one? No, you can just go. Actually, can you get out through here? You can. Good. Right, let's try and dip this way. Let's go. Ah! Where was that from? It's like this way, but I'm not even sure. Hard to know. Too bad he didn't bring a paracord. Yeah, I guess I could have gone the other way. Well. I'm just gonna keep going. I don't know where they are. It could be up on the rocks up there. To be fair. That's really hard to know. Let's just try and keep an eye out and see if we can spot anyone. Might just get shot, honestly. I don't know. I'm not really sure where I was getting shot from. Hard to know, because I actually heard some shots from like the left as well afterwards. Made the whole thing rather tricky. Keep going. Thought it was from Chalet. Yeah, it might have been. I'm honestly not sure. It felt like one was coming one direction and one was coming the other. Kind of how it felt to me. Right. Let's get down.
Gold.
Shine, shine! Thank you, man.
Just here to pay my monthly dues. Now back to work, Bible thumb.
Can't wait till DC gets fixed. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that they can get it sorted. I really do. I hope they can get it sorted out. The game would be so good without the issues that it has. Genuinely. Like, Tarkov's such a good game. Like, it actually really is. People give it a lot of crap, but it's because there's other problems. The worst thing about it, honestly. All these other issues that we shouldn't really have to worry about, but we do have to. Especially when you're running down, the scar is massive on your screen, isn't it? Like, if you're running like this, I can barely see. Pretty crazy. Didn't you come with the T20? Oh yeah, this is someone else's bag. You're right. You're quite right. You're quite right. Leave the strand hog? Maybe. It's kind of some of my extra storage though. Either that or just mule. Does painkiller help with the loss of an arm? Not really. No, it helps me run if I get broken legs, which is the main use for it. But yeah. How's your feeling about the amount of cheats you encounter? I don't feel like I encounter very many. Do we get the flasher? I don't think so. I don't think so, no, but I feel like someone has X-ray vision. What gig is that? I don't know, I'm not that good. Didn't know you could fit through the window? Yeah. Is the reason you run the Taz rig with its low durability over something more? What else would you like to run? Tribunary? What else would you like to use? What would you prefer? I don't like using the class 5s as much. If I'm trying to do a tie-up between the two, because there's certain bullets, things like BP has a 50% chance of going through a class 5 even if it's full, whereas it doesn't with the class 6 armors, which is pretty nice. So the number of left arm, right arm kills it's pretty nutty. There's some weird stuff going on right now with like pen through arms. People die really fast through arms because you can get a double hit. You can hit them once and the bullet goes through and hits them a second time. So with M80 and M61 and those lot, you end up doing like 140 damage. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, I don't feel like I encountered that many cheaters. I never have. Even before the... So look, damage dealt to body is like loads. Yeah, even before the video, after the video, I just don't like... I don't feel like I encountered that many cheaters just in general. So... Yes, thank you, Shine. Appreciate it, dude, for the 15 months. It's quite a long... That's a long time, isn't it? Don't mind desync as much as the sound and the cheaters. I think sound... Yeah, I don't know. It's a toss-up between all three, isn't it? Desync does dominate fights at close range, though, in a lot of ways. If there was another game that could do a fraction of what Tarkov does, people would move on and EFT wouldn't get the stick that it does. Exactly. Like, I've been dabbling around with a little bit of DayZ over the weekend. I don't know what people's thoughts are about DayZ, whether we've got some big DayZ players in the chat, I don't know. But I've been playing a little bit with it, and I feel like I made a little breakthrough. Like, the last time I played, I just couldn't play the standalone version. It was just too buggy, too horrible, too awful, and that was about 3 years ago. And, yeah, when I played it at the weekend, it was okay. I had a dabble just on my own. And I thought it was, honestly, not that bad. Like, I thought it was a pretty interesting game this time. I used to play I used to play the Arma 2 mod. For those of you who didn't know, I used to play DayZ back in the day when it was like an actual buggy broken mess. And we enjoyed it for what it was, because it was literally the only thing on the market like it. And when I went back to it about 3 years ago, it was about the... I thought it was more recent than that, but because of COVID and everything, my memory's been warped. So I thought it was a lot sooner. I thought it was a lot more recent than it actually was. There we go. And it was actually alright. First punish for kill today. Headshot with an unsuppressed mouse. Nice! Good job. I think they should stop people dying instantly from them shots. They need to do something about it. I might do some testing on it. For real. I might do some testing to see exactly what the problem is and why it's such an issue. Because it is an issue right now. I think that limbs are supposed to mitigate damage even if it shoots through. I think that you're supposed to take only a fraction of the damage. But right now it seems that you take full damage. So if you fire an M80, I know Airwing was doing some testing on his stream with Velian, and if you fire an M80 round through someone's arm, or it's supposed to do 80 damage to a PMC, but because it goes through the arm, blacks it, and then goes through the like upper section of the arm, or into the second hitbox in the arm, or something like that, you end up dealing 160 to somebody's arm, which is like, that's like higher than like the damage of anything in the game outside of shotguns, which is madness. Honestly, we played DayZ before the whole standalone instead of Tarkov. DayZ and standalone is a buggy mess too, just like the mod. It's not as bad as the mod though. Like the DayZ when it was a mod, I hated getting raided when I was offline, losing all my stuff. Yeah, because the base is the stash. Yeah, exactly. I played before there was any base building. Yeah, COVID just like disappeared like 3 months of, well, sorry, like 2 years of our life, right? This guy had a nice arse house. I feel like this is maybe not the gun for chalets. This is also not the suppressor for this gun. I feel like this is a terrible suppressor for this gun. This is like one of the worst suppressors, I think. 75. Even say you just put the Thunder Beast on, it's like 52. It's like way better. This is like a stock arse almost. Like the only thing that's different about it is like this foregrip. It's 52. The thing about the arse is it gets really low on recoil. So if you go this way around, you get to 50, and then you put on like a growl or something. Let's just be using like all close to stock and just sticking on the most basic suppressor possible. Now the only thing about that suppressor is there's no break in the middle. It's one of the only suppressors you can get in 762x51 that doesn't have something else in between. Even this build I think is better though, personally. Weird. Kinda weird. What ammo are we using? M62. What's in this one? M62. Is it all M62 in there? Yeah, okay. I can't remember which one this was. I can't remember which guy this was. Woods fan. I don't know. Kill by me, kill by me, kill by me. Yep, killed all these guys. Well, honestly, that was pretty neat, right? That's pretty neat. So we've still got 2 more to do. So we've got 1 more in the road camp. We've got 1 more... kind of, not chalets, but that sort of direction. Right, this thing's a bust, I think. This thing's just gone. Let's repair and... can we use it at 33? Like, maybe. We'll keep it in reserve, just in case. We'll keep this. How much do these sell for? 27k is quite a lot. They're decent rigs. We'll get rid of one of them, the one that's not insured. P90. You know what? I'm not really using the P90 now. I don't know. Just not really using it. I've tried it a bit, but L191. I feel like people this wipe are just like stretching into other weapons that just aren't very good. Because they're not like, it's just like, well, I can't buy, people are so stubborn, I feel, this wipe. Like people are like, oh, I can't buy like SS190, so I'll just use L191 instead. And they're like really hampering themselves, in my opinion. Arm thing sounds like it's worth a video. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. It's just getting around to actually doing the testing. I've been on the back foot a little bit because I was away. Should I keep the keg tape? Maybe I just keep it. Sometimes you need them for dailies. Back in the mod, you had tent stashes hidden? Yes. Could you show your scar? Yeah, sure. Best reduces the sound the most. The thing is, that stat doesn't do anything. I've tested it. This stat, the loudness stat, doesn't actually do anything. Lightest option for 308? Really? 5.876. Hey, look. Plus 0.14. The Thunder Beast is lighter. Daisy SA is fun, but you have to think of it as a survival game rather than PvP game. Yeah, that's true. But sometimes that's kind of what you want. Sometimes it's just the best thing. That's kind of what I like about Daisy. Like sometimes that's what I miss about Tarkov, but then I remember that that's kind of what Tarkov is for. Like Tarkov is to cut out all of the crap in the middle and get you involved in the action, because it kind of what's the word? Abstractifies away abstracts away the bits in between, like the getting to the hotspot and all that stuff, and just like gets you in a raid, and abstracts all the stash stuff by having it all in this menu, which is it's a neat solution in some sense. So, right, let's get another one of these guys. 1, 2, 3. So we've ended up using Kalok Salewa just virtue of using other people's kits. It's always fun. Alright, let's get Mark. We need to check our ammo load here actually. So we've got a 9 and 11. I mean, that's adequate. That's suitable. We've got M62 in the gun, though, so we don't want our first shot to be M62. There we go. Unload this. So this one we've got 15 and 6. 15 and 5. That's fine. And that's 15 and 5 as well. Oh, that's pretty good. I thought it might have got mixed up, but that's actually all right. And then, yeah, we're getting kind of low on... Oh, yeah. What I need to do... I was wanting to bring in... Maybe I should just bring the CMS kits in here. Because not having this was a real pain. A genuine pain. I've got these like finely rated Iskras. I'm gonna just eat one. We'll just eat it. Oh, let's do these things and then we'll whiz into the game again. Get this guy on the road. Love how empty your stash is. I'm actually a little glad I started using stuff out of my stash because it cleans things up a bit. Yeah, I mean, you all know me, right? I'm a notorious hoarder when it comes to this game. I've slowly got myself a little bit better, but I decided to start collecting thick cases instead. So now we've got like all the other cases and some random weapons. So it's mostly Mark 17 scars actually. And then this one is all armors and helmets. And then this one is like other armors and helmets and whatnot and headsets and things. So I'm trying to keep some semblance of control over what's going on and keep as little stuff out here as possible, which seems so far it's been working okay. I mean, this gazelle, that's probably gonna... I'm not even sure if I can sell that to Ragman, actually. Don't know why I'm keeping that. Just get rid of it.
Gold, please.
But I feel like we're doing better. We're definitely doing better at the hoarding. But getting more thick cases is good. Like, I'm well on my way to my next one. I've actually quite enjoyed grinding for thick cases. So we've got 26 out of 50 to go. That's actually really cheap for Moonshine. So I'll buy one of those. I just keep like buying them when they're really cheap. And then when I get to near close to the full Moonshine, I just buy another case. And it's been really quite nice. I've enjoyed it. Yeah, the P90, what's the deal? I actually feel the P90 is not a very good gun, this wipe. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to sell it to Mechanic. Oh, can't buy this item. Why is that? Because it's low on this? Probably not. I guess it's some weirdness. Let's see. Yeah, some weirdness. It's probably the top rail. Something that it doesn't like. No, I still can't sell it. So sometimes it's like there's one particular piece usually that it doesn't like. So if we just disassemble this guy, we can sell the P90 part by part. If you're selling it to the trader, it doesn't matter if you do it this way. To be honest. And then we'll figure out which part was the broken part. So what part doesn't work? Yeah, it's this. For some reason, he won't buy this. Who knows why? Will Skier buy it? Yeah, Skier will buy it. There you go. Yeah, I'm quite committed at the moment to just getting rid of stuff that I'm genuinely not going to use. And I'm not going to use the P90. We're moving up in calibers, not lower. To, like, higher power. Cool. Cool stuff. Right. Well, yeah, that's that. I guess we can get into the next one. So we're going to go... Now we need to go to the high ground thing. We'll get rid of one of those. Get another Pro Patrol. Up. We'll go up to that high ground bit, and then we also need to do one inside the thingammy. So let's crack into another one and try and get that done. These other ones should be slightly easier. We'll do the one outside the water treatment plant to start with. Right, so look what everyone's saying. Had a lot of fun with P90. It can be fun, I just don't think it's necessarily that good. Craft a bunch of M80 stuff like want to use 54R because it's easy to get. Oh yeah, it's way easier to get. Or barrel extension is better, or they're the same. You want the barrel extension? Do you mean the handguard bit? Like the MREX rail is the best one? Loudness isn't implemented, yes. And it's not the lightest. Loudness, it doesn't mean anything. What should we look on the suppressor? Recoil reduction, primarily. And then maybe ergo after that. And then maybe weight after that. Do you use the Tan EOTech Hollow? I do sometimes, yeah. One thing I know from your car kit videos, you clearly don't get torn up by scavs remotely as much as I do. I hardly ever get killed by scavs or shot at by scavs. Maybe it's the way that I path around the map, I don't know. Please, your thick cases, what are you doing so messy? Hey, they store the stuff and there's no spaces, it's fine. Do you have the SJ9s for Assessment 3? I do. Why not store your flares in your weapons cases? I could. I've got attachments in there though. Do you sell or play guns you can't sell on the flea? I try to play, I try to keep guns that I'm going to use, and then I sell the ones that I'm not going to. It's like I kept all these scars because I knew I was going to use them eventually. I've used them for I've held them for ages this wipe, and now I'm finally using them. Lots of bugs, yes. So I'm like really behind on chat. Think you should be able to sell everything on the market, including on Fanny Raid? No, I don't. I think it would break the early game. The early game is a lot better now. Genuinely. Get this wipe? Yeah, fair. Died with an injector case from Marks in my skill. Can't sell it to any vendors while bugged. Oh, maybe just keep 2 then. I don't know. That's weird. Hey, Mega. How's Mini Beef? Doing good. She was up a lot last night. We were up every hour until 2 a.m., which was solid. And then we woke up at 6. So I was feeling great. I've had 3 coffees today to try and make up for it. It's all good, though. We're doing good. Why your PMC looks scared to hold that gun? He does a bit, doesn't he? He does a bit. Like if you're not a level 3 traders, 760-54R is the play unless you're going leg meta. Yeah, probably. Buy an SVD off the flea, use PS or something, or I guess that's Prapor. You can use LPS though, that's fine. It's good. Do you do a lot of rogue hunting? Not really. I haven't done it since they changed up the way that the claymores work up on the upper rocks. I've hardly done any of it. I don't really like fighting them now. I used to not mind with the sniper spots up on the top, but I haven't invested the time in doing it since they made those changes to make it harder to snipe down. Maybe I'll try again. There's so many things that I want to do, though. So many things I want to do and try. I just have, like, limited stream time to do it. It's a problem. Up to mid-white, P90 made up for bad bullets by making it easy to get a lot of hits on target. Yes, agreed. That's definitely true. I definitely agree with this. Right, let me press the button before we get into this next one. I don't have an exclamation watch time thing. Jolly modes are so weird. Can't find PMCs. No fights are happening. All hotspots are either untouched or empty. Man. Yeah, I guess it's just... You can do Punisher 6 anywhere, though, right? Even inside the mall? My friend is here. Good luck. See ya. Don't have traders crafting M80 using this works as well. Could do. What changed? Well, it's because people were using class 5 armor. That's what we're saying. What changed about that? Like, people started using class 5 armor and L191 is not very good. Even SS190 is not very good. Do you think a Ryzen 5600 will be okay for Tarkov? It'll be okay, but you'll have low FPS on Lighthouse and Streets right now until we see the technical patches that are coming in to improve culling and improve the way that the game works on the new version of Unity, you're going to have issues playing. Not issues, but it'll just be you'll have low FPS when you're scoped. Let's put it that way. The like more powerful CPU is important to get higher FPS. But I mean, it'll work just fine. And if you avoid Lighthouse and Streets, it'll also probably be okay. But you'll just have low FPS if you play Streets. Probably lower than you'd want. Let's put it that way. But I mean, it's still playable. And if you just use red dots and don't use LPVOs, then it might be okay. You can kill most of the building 1 and 2 gunners. Yeah, I just haven't invested the time to do it. I got 5600 and 3060 works okay. 100 FPS? Really? Oh, wow, okay. Maybe I'm wrong then. I'm not really a big hardware guy. Lighthouse was more fun without the landmines. Yes. Alright, so this one, we're going to this like high elevation point, whatever that means. We will see. There can be somebody basically like straight down here, I think. We might end up fighting. We'll try not to, though. They can spawn down by that house bit the same way as we will. Than we did before. Trying to get a little bit of look over. I think we need to get across, actually. Yeah, we need to get across the road and over to the other side. Kind of by the beach where all the rocks are. And people can spawn up there, so this makes it quite problematic in general. Because we can be shot down upon from above. Alright, let's just have a look over here. Let's just make sure. That's kind of where I'm most concerned about, actually. Maybe we look up here as well. I think we're actually going to take it a little easy. We've got to take this easy, I think, a bit. Going too crazy here is a surefire way to get killed right off the spawn. I think that's a bad plan to rush too much. Yeah, I can't really look up there. Very wiggly on ATEX modes. My only gripe with this particular cannon. 100 FPS on factory, but I mean factory you should get high FPS. If you don't get high FPS on factory, then you've got bigger problems. It's a shame that the Street Swipe has had so many technical issues. It really is. 5600X, 3070, getting around 80 FPS on streets can stutter when scoping in. Yeah, so I think that's the problem. Like maybe it's VRAM, maybe it's 3D cache. I don't know, because I've got a 5800X 3D now and it's really good. Like the lows are so much higher. When you get those big stuttery stops in Tarkov, those lows just tend to feel really, really awful. And the 5800X 3D just makes those lows so much higher than they were. Yeah, so where we need to go, so it's in the next section. We'll kind of be looking at the bit. We'll have a look here now to look up here. What's going on? Well, like, these servers are really not playing ball, it seems. Any sneaky boys? Someone's set up, I might not see them actually, but... Gosh, that was a weird thing. Now, I don't know whether that was a bullet at us. That bullet sound, that audio was so scuffed that I actually don't know whether that's dangerous or not. That could have been at us. It could have been a crack. It could have been miles away, something loud. I actually don't know. I don't feel the usual fear of getting shot at because I can't actually tell what that audio is supposed to be. Right, what we might do is we might painkiller and run across. I think that's probably the best idea. Settings in Tarkov are weird, yeah, and you can make a small adjustment. And also, depending on your rig. Yeah, I get good, decent FPS on streets, but I'm also streaming at the same time and like putting loads of pressure on my PC, so other people usually get better FPS than I do. We might just die doing this run, but I'm gonna try and get behind this ridge over here. I haven't seen anybody up there. At least we're now protected from the right. It should be over here somewhere where we need to go. Mate, I've been watching all your guide videos, ammo, ballistics, budget runs. Glad I found your videos. Thanks so much for the help. No problem. That's what it's all for, dude. That's what it's all for. Well, thank you for checking out the live stream. Appreciate it, and I hope you have some fun here with us while we do a little bit of this old Lightkeeper questline. I still think we're probably not going to get to Lightkeeper by the time that the wipe's here. Oh. Would you look at that? Like, now, somebody could be really patient and have waited until now. And if they do, then fair enough.
Frequency mode.
Frequency mode! We'll search the stash while we wait. And put that back in there. Great stuff. Yeah, so they could have been really patient and they just shoot us in the head, but so be it. Oh, we've got a little pistol. Very good. $3080 to 5800 X3D. Dude, I went from 3070 to 5800 X3D. It was insane. It was insane. It's been getting cheaper and cheaper, the 8 X3D. Lowering texture quality? Yeah, I actually did that. I'm running on quite low settings now, just so it doesn't overload. But now it means that my GPU is running on 40%. What do you... Who's that firing over there? Weird. That like is a Zerachian... It can't be. It doesn't sound far enough across. I wonder if we can sit behind this building. I wonder if we can like sit in this building and snipe out, maybe? Ah! They're behind somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they're over this side. They probably saw me when I just like ran out like an idiot. I think. This is dangerous, but... Okay, let's get some stamina. Also, this sound isn't helping. 26. Yeesh. It absorbed it though, didn't it? The beauty of this particular armor. Yeah, 3070 struggles a little bit on VRAM. Why did they name after hot sauce? Which one? What? 800 hours of hunt showdown. Start with the audio and Tarkov shows you where gunfights are, and if a player is near you, and that's it. Kind of, yeah. Haven't tried this map yet. Lighthouse is quite large-ish, but it's very long and thin. Okay. I didn't want to be able to not hear. Huh. Over there somewhere. Interesting. Now that somebody was closer. To be honest, there might be somebody shooting from there. I feel like is this a losing battle? I don't know where these people are, and I'm just trying to like hold random angles in the daylight. Feels kind of bad. Not gonna lie. Maybe we get some high ground, and then try again. I almost feel like there's two sets of people. I feel like there's somebody trying to go towards the Lighthouse Island, and I feel like there's somebody who is kind of closer to me, because I actually did hear the tss of the suppressed shot. Oh. Could have swore I just saw someone up there. We're just like wandering. Hmm. Okay, so we're blocked from the left for that, which is kind of good. No longer can be seen up there, which is nice. Let's have a look out here. This is like Zerachi and Co. I'm pretty sure. I wonder where our other guy was. I'm quite silhouetted above this line though. If we look up here. Not as bad as Siege, really? Oh, Sriracha. Oh, I see. So I had a humour bypass. The operation was successful. Hello, Strongbow. I've never played Siege, genuinely. Never, ever played Siege. One's being slightly behind the hill rather than on it. Yes, definitely. You want to, like... You want to secure your body. You want to make sure your body is behind stuff. So you're just your head's looking over. Minimize the amount of body that other people can see. So I can't really be seen from too many places, even though I'm stationary. It feels like I might just get shot out of nowhere, and it does happen. I don't know what has happened to our sniper brethren. Do I necessarily want to fight them? Not really, because I'm kind of busted. If I take one more shot, my arm's going to be actually 0. So I guess the other question is, like, what do we want to do? I feel like, okay, I feel like I want to plant, like, I haven't killed the rogues for a bit, and I feel like I don't want to. Is there anything else we need to do on Lighthouse? Long roads, just like kill scavs along the main road. I mean, we could do that one. We could get into position and try and do that, potentially. Or do a little bit of it. Because I don't really want to kill the... I don't really want to kill the rogues right this minute. Because... the next one that I have to do is, like, I have to go into the rogue camp. So I'd rather them not, like, shoot at me. It gives you a couple more options. Okay, this is not very good. This is not a very good vantage point. Hey. Should try and kill Zerachi? Nah. He'll just nail me. There's like 3 of them. There's him plus 2 other guys. I'll just get nailed if I try and do that. Yep. There's one. That's the one in the chalets, I think. Don't think that'll count for long raid. But it will count for this other one. The easy job, you got to kill... secure the area. Is it rogues or is it anyone? I think it's rogues. I still have to do this one. Eliminate bare PMCs. Overpopulation. That's the one. So that probably got a point for that, which is good. If there's a scav there, it probably means there's nobody else up there. There's a scav wandering around. Let's try and see if we can go up to the road and have a look up there. We go all the way along. Shoot scavs on the road. Oh, that's up in... That's more chalet fights. Let's see if we can see anything. This one's harder to see because most of the action is like actually inside rather than outside. But... Oh, someone is up there. Someone is up in there. Okay. We'll go and have a look again then. Played semi-pro Siege. My friends who went pro hated it. What was wrong with it? Hey. Christoph Keppel, how's it going? Ideal place for a tan Ulag. My favourite place for a tan Ulag. I wonder if this is the perfect place for a prone position situation. It probably feels like it, yeah. Look, see if we see any movement, and I can catch up on chat at the same time, which is good. Do rogues count as scav kills? I actually don't. I don't know. That was somebody there, I think. kind of hard to see. A little bit too far. Like the 8 is almost too big. This is the thing. This is kind of the issue with the Schmidt. You almost don't want 8. You almost want just 6. That's why people like the Voodoo and the Razor more. 8's like kind of overkill. Like it's fine once you know where they are, but for scanning it's not that great because it's just so huge. I don't know. 4-player scav? L85 in the game? I wouldn't have thought so. I don't think so. I don't think they've ever said they had any plans to. Aside for some SPS issues, like it's just too hard for me. The players seem more skilled. Heard the little shuffle. Pretty sure that's a scav. Yeah, just a player scav. Dum 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 dum. Well, we should probably just go, I guess. We planted the thing we wanted to plant. I was going to try and snipe some people, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, I know what we were going to do. I know what we were going to do. Have a quick look around. Let me just make sure there's no one going to shoot me. Not that I can see that from here, but... there were some shots up here. This is the incoming head eyes. 3, 2, 1. Kind of hard to see. Those shots could be from anybody and anywhere. Yeah, we're going to do what I was going to do originally, which is go up to the... we're going to go up to the special point, up at the top of this rock. We're going to use that as a little vantage point, see if we can shoot some scavs on the road. Then we're going to go back to Southern Road, and we're going to reset it so we can do the one more. That is how this is going to go. A lot of people just aren't playing. Indeed. Why'd you want the Mark 17 on semi? Because it kind of sucks on full. They nerfed the full auto quite significantly when they did the rebalancing of all the guns and the horizontal recoil changes. So the special secret stat called convergence got changed on these guns. It used to be 2, which is the best it can be, which is very similar to the mutant and some of the other guns like that, like the 556 MDR and some of the guns that are the best in the game. And they changed them really low. Like both the MDR, the 762 MDR and the 762 Sky, both used to have 2 convergence. Now it has 1.4 or 1.3, something like that, which is really quite low. And it makes the full auto much more controllable to the way they used to be. Nowhere near as good as it has been historically, in my opinion. So that's why I'm running it in semi. I'm running it more like a traditional DMR. This is probably... oh. My screen is shaking too much. Well, that guy's going too fast, so. Okay. Well, that counts for the quest, which is nice. What's this guy? I'm not really that bothered about this quest, to be honest with you, but we'll do it if we get the opportunity. M61 is also beastly. Which was the one that... Yeah, so that's M61. That's the one we just unloaded. And then the other one's going to be M62, I think. Yeah. Okie dokie. No soul. No sound as he died. No soul. I love it. Got backpack? Ah, nah, it's fine. And we're so powerful, I don't think any gun of this caliber should be usable full auto. I mean, yeah, I don't really mind. I mean, it's still okay at point blank, right? Like, it's a usable thing. But they nerfed them a lot, and I think it's probably for the best. I wonder if the rogues are still up. So this is the only issue, is looking over at the rogue camp. This is when you get, like, if we go up to, put the FPS back on, like, even with my machine, it's because I'm doing lots of streaming and stuff at the same time. But, like, scoped in, looking at the rogue camp, we're talking, like, 45 FPS, which is still not very good. And, like, these are the settings I'm running. Like, we're talking, yeah, we're talking medium textures, low shadows, got DLSS on, high performance stuff on for this. You know, got MIP streaming on. Kind of crazy. Here we go. Oh! Another one. And oh! Oh, no. Oh, you're annoying, aren't you? Why didn't that connect? And there's another scav over there. We just heard him. You want banner oil? I do. I'd rather have the lower performance, honestly. Whoops. Hit the rock like 5 times. Scav's on it. Whoa, where is he? I can't see him through the bush. Still can't see him through the bush. Oh, there he is. We shall get closer. Finally. It does feel weirdly laggy. Ah, something weird's happened. A quick look. What's going on here? No, no, no. Come on, Lighthouse. So sometimes this happens on Lighthouse, and I don't really know why. That better? Sometimes there's just like weird thing that happens with Lighthouse and I don't understand. I'm sure it's better now. Probably it's better now. Really? No? Are you sure? Okay, well let's pack some mags. Should be greatly improved at this point. Still PowerPoint. As soon as you got into the gunfight, everything went extremely laggy. That's annoying. There we go. That should be better now. There we go. I don't know what it is. Like, you get to a certain point on Lighthouse and the whole thing just, like, falls apart. I don't really know what the deal is. I guess we'll CMS. There we go. No, I'm not really sure. a weird one. Sure is a weird one. What if the stream is normal speed? Could be memory leak. It's something to do with the way the encoding starts working or stops working. I'm not sure. Maybe it's looking this way too much. I really don't know. I genuinely don't know. Lighthouse is just really weird. Performs in a really annoying way. And is generally quite problematic. Mark 17 convert? It is good. See, like now we're good again. We were playing with like laggy FPS as well before, which is just kind of annoying. This is why I don't really like Lighthouse very much. It's just like it doesn't perform that well. Do you know how to code at all? Not really. I could learn, but I've never really done it. Like I've done MATLAB and stuff. I've not done. Like I've done a handful of things here and there. Like I've played around with Python once. I've played around with like C++ once. I've played around with a bit of VBA, but I'm not proficient in any of those. I barely even know how to do any of them, to be honest. MATLAB I was like pretty decent at one point, but like I haven't done that for a long time now. I'm not a coder, I'm not a programmer. I've never been a computer science kind of person. More real science. What do you think? Mark 17 versus M1A? Hard to know. I mean, I got these guns for free, so it's hard to pass that up. I feel that the M1A probably is better just because... Well, I guess the thing is that you have the select fire mode on this, though, which is really, really nice. The ability to go full auto is great. Oh, my God. Well, he's not going to camp for the quest, so I'm not going to bother shooting him. We made really good progress on that quest, actually. I don't know. I think if you're going like semi-auto DMR-y, I feel like the M1A probably is better overall. I'd need to check the weights again. But you can get the M1A more easily because there's like 6 different barters for it. Or 6 different, not barters, but there's 3 barters and 3 purchases. And you can swap out the lower, so you don't have an issue. There are barters for the Scar. Got leads going on again. Gold. So I feel like the M1A probably is just a stronger general weapon because it's purchasable. You can reset the lower if the durability gets low, but it is really heavy. So that's why it's never been my preference before. Computer science isn't real science? Nah. It's computer science. Is Soleil Hemo combo testing the feedback comments for a video? No, it's because I actually took them from someone else. I took them off somebody else so that I may as well use them for the time being. But my default kit's still going to be hemostat. Yeah, hemostat car. Not hemostat car, sorry. Cat car. What did you study? Physics. Computer science isn't real science? It's just different. It's a different thing. But to be honest, outside of physics, none of them are real sciences, are they? So, woo! Everything's physics at the end of the day. Except computer science isn't really, you know? It's a different field. And when it doesn't take much of the screen. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this, the fact that this thing is just such an unwieldy beast. It takes up loads of your screen. Especially if you're running down and you're running like this. Like we were saying before, you literally can't see. There's just way too much screen real estate taken up. I don't mind too much. It actually doesn't bother me as much as other people. I think that might be because I used to be an RFB enjoyer, and the RFB with the scope on it is also really high up, and you can't really see like that either. But 5800 X2D is a massive improvement, but not a miracle worker. Yeah, exactly. But I'm streaming and I'm streaming 2 streams and locally recording as well at the same time. So my system's under a lot of pressure. I feel like it's the GPU RAM maybe that's the problem. I don't know. PhD in EFT science. Mark 17 versus MDR. It's a tough one. I'm not sure now because I haven't tried out the new MDR. I feel like the MDR probably is better than the Scar, just overall. You get better ergo. You get more ergo for free on that gun. Whereas with the Scar, you kind of struggle a little bit with the 7.62 because you can't do... There is no equivalent for the mini monster at 7.62 NATO, which is what I tend to use on the regular Scar. and it's what I use to fix all of the low ergo problems. But this gun is pretty low ergo anyway, so I think the MDR in the big caliber, I think it probably is better than the Scar. Bunch of scavs and our plant, which is nice. 762 HP. They will mess you up with that, won't they? Are you watching the CSGO major? No, I don't. I'm not really interested in pro CSGO. All science boils down to physics, even computer science. It does ultimately, but I guess it's the abstracted layer on top, which is important. You select Scar H last few watches, so they killed this for me. Is that because of the full auto? Yeah, there's a big difference between just coding and understanding the theory of designing software. I actually feel that that is a really, really good point. And I feel that like the theory of designing software, I am not very good at. And I actually struggle with this. Some of the coding that I did do, I struggled with kind of like how to just like structure programs, how to future-proof, like how to make your code easy to modify if you want to later, if you want to add a new module, the ability to modulify your code, a random key, where you don't even know what it is. Yeah, the ability to make your code modular such that you can make additions at a later date it's good. But it's never my strong point. I did run into that a few times, trying to amend stuff, but because I'd done it in like a tortuous way, I was then not able to fix it, and I had to kind of start again with a lot of stuff. Sounds a little bit like the desync in Escape from Tarkov, except I'm not a professional software designer or developer or anything really. I was a dabbler at best, or doing it by having to. Should probably think about a second computer with a capture card. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It'd be quite useful anyway, just to be able to do that. Power station's utility cabin key. What's this one? SR-25 is awesome. It's too costly to risk dying. Truly an endgame weapon. It is now truly an endgame weapon. It used to not be. It used to be the stepping stone up, but now I think it's Peacekeeper 3. I think. Yeah, it's down here somewhere. There we go. $980 US. It's a lot. Like, it's like 130k. I guess like that's not that bad, right? You'd buy an RD for that. You'd buy an RD for 114, and I've happily bought those. And the Scar's slightly cheaper actually. There are some barters for this too, for the Scar. Oh, that's the funny version though. And that's the 5.56 one. We don't want that. We don't want that. We want to have a look at this one. Maybe it's here. Oh yeah, so this one's at Peacekeeper 4. So the black one doesn't have any barters, but this one does. It's unfortunate that it's the tan one. 2 SMTs, 1 screwdriver. And these things are worth 70, so that's 140. Makes it kind of not worth it. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a tough one, right? Certainly a tough one. You try out SA-58? I didn't, no. Everything is physics, but physics is maths, and everything is maths. Kind of. Maths is different, because maths is a tool. No? Maths doesn't describe physics, but physics ultimately describes... Like, physics uses maths to describe the world. Maths on its own has no concept of what physics is talking about half the time. But the tools are invaluable, don't get me wrong. They are very different. Right, let's get rid of a bunch of this random junk. Not undercut ourselves. Think about the RX series of cards, especially new 7000. A lot more VRAM. That would definitely help for Lighthouse, yeah. I'm having these issues with Lighthouse right now. It's a shame that so much of the Lightkeeper stuff is on Lighthouse. I thought I got all this stuff solved, if I'm honest. I haven't had some of those drops like that for a while. And that was weird because that was an encoding lag, which shouldn't happen because everything should be pretty stable at the resolutions that I'm using right now. That's actually kind of annoying. It was like that. Right, so we need to do one more of these. We've got one more to go. This is the one inside the water treatment plant. So we're gonna, I guess, like have a think about that, like, kit ourselves up for this next raid. Right, so we'll top those up. Yeah, we're got our armor busted up. 12 and 8. 17 and 3. That's pretty light. So, okay, we'll just do them this way around. What's this got in it? M62 again. Pop that in there. Pop that guy. Bunch that out. So, we don't want this Slayer anymore. Maybe we refresh the Kalok? I don't know. Maybe. Ourselves a fresh car. Oh yeah, we probably want another rig as well, don't we? Because if going for these geared runs, I'm not bothered about keeping these. Like, we can keep them and use them another time, but I'm not going to use them if I'm going on like a fully kitted run, you know what I mean? I tend to use them for other things. Like if we're just doing like funny runs on factory with shotguns and stuff, that's when I tend to whip out the lower grade ones. So I still keep them. Like, you could just sell them in theory. Dabbler at best for the Tarkov devs. I mean, their project is immensely complicated too, so I have to give them some credit. You could easily build a capture PC with your spare parts. Choose your last CPU. The thing is, I don't think that you do like, it's a lot more complicated to set up dual PC. So with my old like 3700, I don't know whether that's necessarily better than NVENC. NVENC is really powerful. Like the NVIDIA encoder is really good. Now the hardware one, it's really good. I'm not sure really. I'm not sure. I feel like I'd need to get something else. Could just get like a cheap, like any cheap GPU that does NVENC, I suppose. I think CPU encoding, I just don't think it's the thing anymore. I just don't think it's the play. Maybe I'm wrong, but I need to do a lot of research into it if I'm going to do that. Also, then you have to do all the audio routing and stuff, which I'm really not interested in at all. That sounds so bad, the audio routing. Everyone talks about the notorious audio routing of dual PC setups, and it sounds atrocious. Does not excite me in the slightest. You also have to remember that, like, I don't really enjoy fiddling with PC stuff. I just want it to work. Let's end up doing a quick job that will work to do what I need right now and get lost when I get back to it. Yeah, it's true. Part of Lighthouse CFDM's next step is assessment. Yeah. I mean, that's killing people. It's not too bad. Lighthouse is a weird one. Go ages without issues. Then have a random weird raid where it's unplayable. You said you used to be an RFB enjoyer. Did something get you off it? Yeah, it was the move of Peacekeeper 4 of M80. And then it was before you could buy BCP, FMJ from Jaeger, with its current stats. So this was crap before. And the other one was also rubbish. So, but this now actually might be okay. Right, let's just do a quick like free money thing. So let's get 2 of these, 1 of those. Make a bit of free money. And then what about how's this one looking? Yes, tapes 40, 80. It's looking like 140. I don't know if that's gonna make money or not. How much do the dog tag cases sell for again? I think it usually works that barter, but 220. Yes, that's basically like perfectly priced. Okay. No free money there. So the last one we have to do is inside the M8 helicopter. So it's the same one as we did last time. I think we also have to do this one too. Where are we talking? This one, rogue USEC operatives. So we can try and kill some of these guys as well, in theory. But we want to plant down the doodad. I'm not very good at killing the rogues. I will just be the first one to come out and say that straight off. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to get into this raid. I'm going to run to the bathroom. And then we'll get started. Struggling with finding vertexes. Lighthouse, Merin Key, Hillside House, Chalets. That's really it. There's a couple of videos out there. I'm going to do one maybe, but I'm used to Tarkov. What does Prototyl do? Oh, it heals you over time and gives you painkiller relief as well. Ideally, you want NVENC second PC. I agree. Is your power supply good enough for buying an Intel for AV1? To be honest, I could buy a 40 series card as well. That would fix it, honestly, as well. But AV1 encode on Intel. You can't AV1 encode for Twitch though. There's a problem right now. Don't forget about getting into the box on the far east side. I'm going to avoid that because it's claymores. Yeah, everyone should be pretty good with it. There's an update of the game. Have they done anything in particular? Restart it. A technical update. Okay, well, let's do that. Otherwise, we have issues. You do generally tend to find that there's problems if you don't do the technical update. Like, you can still load in. I don't really know how, honestly. I find it amazing that you're actually able to. Yeah, there's claymores up on top of the rocks. I'm going to actually go into the camp instead. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not. What have they actually done? Does it say? Doesn't say. Is it anywhere else? Does it say anything anywhere else? Doesn't seem like it. Have you used stims? Any ones other than Probital I should use? Probital is the one that I normally use for almost everything because it's health regen +1 for 300 seconds. You get loads of HP from it, but it's a gradual thing. Like the Probital is best used if you've got a black arm. You then CMS it, and then you basically. So it's either like you get shot at and you stick it in your arm because it's quick and it gives you plus like a slow tick of HP. If after a fight, if you need to fix an arm, you can CMS it, and you can then pop the Probital so that, or like you pop Probital first, so it heals up like the tick over damage on your other limbs. Then you CMS while you're doing it, and it kind of like helps you heal both at once, which is kind of useful. Now this is what I keep. I mean, people use a different collection of stuff, but this is what I use typically. Probital for exactly what we just said. SJ6 so you can run really far because it gives you this stamina recovery. SJ12 in case I run out of food and water because this gives you energy and hydration recovery plus it stops you from starving or whatever, which can be really useful sometimes. ETG if you need really fast healing. This is really expensive, but health regen is like 6.5 per second for 60 seconds. So you get like a load of health for this, which is great. Perfotoram, which is it stops all your bleeds. That's also that's the same as AHF1 or whatever it's called, and Zagustin. This one also gives you health regen. It does destroy your energy recovery and stuff, which is kind of annoying. But with max metabolism, it's not as bad. And then the mule when you're really heavy and you want to carry more. That's usually what I do. That's what I usually do. Yeah, I don't know why these things. So you see, like I did actually put this back up to full, but now it's not full anymore. Weird. Okay, off we go. So Lighthouse, we're going to sneak ourselves into the actual road camp this time. Right, as I said, I'm going to run the stuff, and then we're going to get on. So, runs the ads. I'm going to run all the stuff, and I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, I mean about the hardware question, like before I go crazy, like buying loads of stuff and creating another computer and all this stuff, I'm definitely gonna want to see what happens with the optimization patches as they come through, and then see what the performance is then. Because like it almost works perfectly on every map, almost. And it's just Lighthouse really, and sometimes Streets, which are the problems. Although I thought I'd fixed it all. This is the first time we've had like an encoding problem. It was good though that it didn't kick everything out, which is nice. But yeah, I want to see the technical patches come through beforehand, because if they release some of the RAM problems and like make it a bit lower usage, because like normally my video encoding stat is like really flat and really nice and easy. So we'll see. Before I go crazy like doing stuff it might not be necessary, especially if it's coming soon. We'll see. Any video coming on inertia changes? Doesn't feel any different to me. I don't think it really does much. I feel that has very limited impact. Like it's supposed to balance it out between people who are really low strength and people who are really high strength, but I just feel like it has very little impact. I mean, my strength is like mid-20s, so maybe it has no impact on me. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I think it just does very little for me. Oh. Oh wow, that was a really long way. I'm actually surprised I didn't break my legs there. I'm quite surprised. Would have been a classic Giga Breaker like moment, if I'm honest. But the tech patches will run awful at first. I mean, they shouldn't. Probably naive of me to even suggest that, but yeah, I mean, they shouldn't. Especially the ones to do with like culling and stuff. Did I hear a little footstep? I don't want to run across there without painkillers on. If I'm suddenly going to get jumped by somebody. Maybe I didn't. Let's go. Let's go. Bad thing about Obdi 2 is the 80% extra damage is not something I'm willing to take. To be honest, someone could just kill you with Magnum Buckshot in one shot with like a couple of pellets. Not something I'm willing to entertain. Opium. Yeah, we'll see. Thing is, like culling patches and stuff like that, they should do things like, you know, stuff flicks in and out of rendered when it shouldn't. Like I can imagine that kind of thing. But I would find it difficult to believe that the FPS would get worse. I mean, it could. Or that, you know, the RAM usage patch makes RAM usage go up. I mean, it could. Stranger things have happened. Have you reached Lightkeeper yet? Nah, we're well away from reaching Lightkeeper. Got lots and lots and lots of stuff to do before we get to him. Now, I've been killed by somebody up here before. It was quite annoying. No, there won't be bottom building 3 rogues. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I just kind of need to get across. Like, if I can get up to here, I can get across without incurring the wrath. Or getting shot from behind. That'd be useful. Tagged by rogues? I'm actually not. Getting loads of packet loss here. Desync. It's desync. It's not packet loss. It's desync. Whoop, 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 whoop. Frequency mode. Another one come out the same gun. True, but hopefully not by the time that we get through and plant this thing. Even though I dive a raid, I still love this game. Yeah, it's a good game. Oh no! No! Oh no, it was the grenade launcher, man. Crap. I should have gone up to the edge of the building. I didn't think I'd be seen from inside the helicopter. I get the difficulty behind the quest line. When you don't have the skills, it makes you daunting. Well, for Lightkeeper. And the thing is, like, Lightkeeper doesn't even go to anything right now, so it's kind of like whatever. You lost the transmitter? I will do there, yeah, because I'm going to have to go and, like, craft another one, which is a shame. I have to hide behind the heli. Yeah, I might get my stuff back, to be honest. Like, how many times do people actually go in there if they're not planting that specific quest? I think it's maybe unlikely, so... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I like the speak and spell sound the thing made. I know. I think they'll have to release a real co-op. What do you mean? Didn't know they could do that. Yeah. You right outside? Yeah, I should have done that. I just thought I'd be safe in there. As I said, I don't play much inside the camp, so I was like, oh, we'll just pick up that one man and then we'll run in and then it'll be okay. Oh, we have to make it in here, I think. Oh no, maybe it's workbench. I've got something else crafting though. It's this one here. Radio repeater. How long does it actually take to do, Meg? The annoying thing is you have to actually craft it. Radio repeater. And I've got another craft running right now. The radio repeater, it takes... Okay, it takes an hour and a half. So it's not that bad. It costs about 140k. I love that he, like, waited for a while. You know, 20 seconds into the counter and then killed me. That's particularly goofy. Like, through the helicopter window. All good fun. All good fun. Right, we're going to recycle this car medkit. Right, well, basically, we're kind of stuck then for now. We can't actually do anything else on this because I can't cancel this. This is going to take another 53 minutes. Then it's going to take another hour and a half. So it's 2 hours, 20 minutes before we can do this again. Co-op mode with progression and no human players? Oh no, I don't think so ever. They've come with a really, really hard stance against SP Tarkov recently, which is the thing that people like doing, right? Using single player Tarkov, and they've come out with a really hard stance, basically saying they're going to like ban people for using it. I don't know whether they conflate SP Tarkov with people cheating and stuff like that because they're accessing source code and whatever, but I think that their like extremely hardline stance on SP Tarkov is not not that sensible, honestly. I think that there are positives that can come from it, like working with the modding community to make the game better and stuff like that. But they've taken a really hard stance. It's their choice. But I don't think they'll ever release a co-op offline. There's no chance, like a proper, what do you call it? Yeah, like they're never going to release like a proper like story-driven co-op offline, like no progression in the game. I just don't think that's ever going to happen. You know what the technical update was? I don't. What crafting level are you? I'm like mid-20s. Some people, they're max crafting because they craft the really like low-level stuff. What's this? BCPFMJ. Okay, we're gonna try and find a PMC. No, never know where the best. Oh, sounds like it's all the way at the other end. Let's go all the way through. See if we can nab someone. Maybe that was a PMC. Someone with double barrels. I don't know. We'll go and get him. I hope. I bet he's round here. Oh no. Wait, is that him? Oh, it was him! No! He acted like an AI scav. That was a sick play. Well played to that man. That was an actually sick play. He did the whole like... He totally debated me. Totally debated me. Yeah, you have to single fire with this thing unless you're literally like right up to them. That's funny. What's the downsides of SP? It's a bannable offense. I guess. SPT, only thing I keep playing. I played normal for 4 years and dropped it to so many cheaters. Playing with my GF is all I care for. That's the thing. Like, there's a huge demand for SP Tarkov. People really like it. You know? That was hilarious. I can't believe that guy juked me so hard. Like, fair play. I got wrecked. I think we had him there in that situation. Otherwise, we didn't have any armor on there, so it was kind of tricky. He really did run for his life. I thought he might have stayed in the flashing gate bit. Right. So what other stuff we got to do then? I guess maybe we go and do some more interchangey stuff. As I said, we lost the ability to do any more on the Lightkeeper, which is kind of annoying. So maybe we do a bit more of this. Eliminate PMC operatives inside the Ultra Mall. Like, we were using the SVD before, but I don't think it's necessary. We could rejig this guy's arse maybe and use this. Or we can use another Mark 17. Maybe we go for another Mark 17 because we were sort of in the realm of using these. But let's do that. Let's edit this guy. Switched a year ago. I don't know if I'll be able to play regular again. It's more enjoyable. So I don't understand why people like it, to be honest. Because I feel that just playing on my own against AI, even if it's well coded, it just isn't the same. I just don't see, it can't be the same. But I understand why people want to do that if they don't have the time to play and they don't feel like they want to keep up and they don't want to have their stuff wiped and they get to choose when their wipe happens. You know what I mean? You get to choose when their wipe happens because they want to do, like, you know, a wipe once a year or two, and they are upgrading to the next version using SP. Like, I can see that. Totally. In the grey area, despite its author's attempts, it's still easily piratable. This is the thing. But there's some amazing stuff that's being made in there, and that's what makes me sad a little bit. The BSG is so hardline about it. That's the problem, right? They're worried about the pirating and potential cheating stuff as well with SP. So I sort of get it, but also you're not going to be able to stop people from pirating the game if they want to. Like, the big companies have learnt this lesson 1,000 times over. Yeah, the ergo in this is just really quite bad with the medium length barrel. With the long barrel. I just felt like the mid-length barrel's probably better, but they're probably kind of expensive. 30k? I don't know if it's worth upgrading to that, really. I feel like no. I'll take the slightly better recoil. What we'll do, we'll just use Peacekeeper to get some dollars. I normally fish around for some dollars, but I can't be bothered, honestly. Like, also, the dollars aren't that cheap anymore. You tend to get them for 120, 125, and they're like 129 on Peacekeeper, so you don't get that much of a discount, actually. It's surprisingly not that good. Can't play 24/7 every week or two off, and I'm so far behind I get choked. Yeah, that's it. It's people who don't have enough time to play. That's typically the reason. Is the barter worth it for the Thunder Beast? Leave price lower than the combined cost? Actually, it might be right now. 46k? Yeah, oh yeah, it's because I had one already. I probably paid a bit too much for it, but normally you can buy each component for 10k. I normally look for them around then. But I figured, well, we'll just speed up the acquisition a little bit and just do it. Yeah, normally I'd only pay 10k for those things. I wouldn't normally pay 20k for a leather cap. I guess that's the point. So yeah, sometimes it's just worth buying off the flea. Okay, so what other stuff we got? We are gonna do a little bit more. So I'm actually keeping loads of stuff in this CPC. All these like labs cards. I've got a Bagari rig. I should use this at some point. Maybe we'll just use this. I should just like undo all of these MP7 mags and stuff and just like sell it, maybe use the Bagari. I don't know. I don't know. Contacts. This guy. What else we got? I guess we'll just use this Soleil. We got it to hand. So I'm trying to use up these because I've got loads of them. I get them off most people that I kill. So I end up not needing the cat half the time. Maybe we'll go, yeah, we're going to go for some of these bigger bags, I think. Let's go for the old Trooper Boy. This went well last time on interchange, so then we can go for another kit. One of these. What did I have in here? Oh, I have my sick case. Let's do that. Sick case. With a bit of cash in there. But it seems to have absorbed my money for some reason. Okay, that'll do. Right, we need to heal. Let's get that done. Perfect. Nade. Do double nades. I always end up running out of space for nades, so. Just install the patch that all my insurance is gone. I don't know if that is a bug. I don't actually know. Guns and cookies. Yo, I'm doing good, man. Still insured, but looks like it's not. I feel like it's a bug, yeah. Yeah, it'll take your money a second time. Yeah, labs cards are on the fleece. You can sell them. Better safe than sorry. Exactly. Finally found the second vertex after 36 visits in South Hill House and Merrin. Goward, that's painful. Yeah. It took me a while as well. They're not that common. I don't even I was thinking about it. Like, I didn't even have a really good strategy for next wipe. Like, if I want to do this stuff again with those particular quests, I just don't even know what the better route is. Like, trying to do it earlier or something? I'm just not even sure. I don't know. Right, so basically we're just going to roam around and loot. This is what we're going to do. We're going to loot interchange and then see if we can kill people. That makes sense. That happens with most updates. I think it does happen with most updates, yeah. That's why, like, I know that it's probably just a visualization bug. Let's see if anybody said anything on their tweet. Disappeared off my feed. At Darky. What are people saying? Not much. Yeah, I don't know. Why do you want budget attachments on expensive guns? What, like, I mean, your Scar, it hardly matters on the Scar. Do you mean the Thunder Beast? I like the Thunder Beast because it's quite light. I could use something. I could use the QDC combo in theory, yeah. It's just force of habit, I think. And also the foregrip here. I mean, what else would you rather use? Like an SE5 or something? It's like 1 ergo. You know, it hardly makes any difference. For the foregrips, I think it makes like no difference at all. The suppressor, I could probably use something slightly better, but I just feel that with the full auto, the way that it works right now, I just don't think you get that much more for your money. RK1, I specifically don't like the RK1 because of the low ergo. I feel that you get more out of the slightly higher ergo from some of these other ones than you do from the extra recoil reduction on the RK1 on some of these guns. That's why I don't like the RK1. The QDC I could legitimately use. But I just don't think that the recoil matters enough if I'm using it on semi, which is what I am. They don't say anything is usually not important. Yeah, true. Yeah, I just don't think the difference is big enough to really worry about. I worry about paying for. But I'm just going to press the button again, which we'll get into as the next raid. Now, one beautiful thing is that interchange runs extremely well from a stream perspective, which is nice. Saying that, we've gotten this desync packet loss already. I've not even done anything. Oh boy. I actually have the interchange like blow by blow guide coming out in an hour-ish, just after this raid. So maybe it'll kind of nicely feed in from the live stream. 4:30. And the new poll for the next one. I've kind of gone into doing these. I was going to do like lots of different topics, like every other week do a raid one, every other week do a different kind of discussion topic about scopes and this kind of stuff. But people seem to like the raid one, so I'm just kind of doing that for now. Because that kind of thing I'm not going to make a normal video about, whereas I could make another video about, yeah, optics or ammo progression or quests or whatever. Morning from Minnesota. Hello, Sweet Pie. Yeah, variable optics do tank FPS. It's not that bad on some maps, though. Like, interchange is not that bad, I find. It's bad on things like Lighthouse. If you're struggling with the FPS, red dots are always the right way. Any topic is always informational. What are we thinking about next? I really want to do some work on the whole double arm shot bug thing, because I think it's really causing some problems right now. No one's gone and actually done the testing, compiled it in a good way, etc, etc. It happens with like high pen ammo. It's making like high pen ammo like really powerful. High pen and high damage ammo, it's just like super good now. Number of kills you get through the arms is insane. Okie doke. So here we go. Really PvP that we're after. Still got quite a few more kills on this quest to do. Let's go. Maybe we SJ6 on this one. Let's see. Is this an SJ6 spawn? Probably. Single fire. There we go. We're going to put it on the 1X. I've really gotten into SJ6 on interchange. Why are we getting like desync? I just don't even understand what's happening. I feel like the servers are really screwing up today. Serious problems. Right. We need to be inside for long line. So through we go. There's just so much running on interchange. Better with LPVOs and 30 FPS? I think I'm the other way around. I'd rather have higher FPS than a red dot, personally. I might just put myself into an problematic energy state. It's slightly annoying. No, I'm never a huge fan of going through the whole section like right now, but maybe we just do it. Really freaking glitchy. Alright. Into Texo. Major killer alert? Did we get packet loss? I didn't actually check. Actually didn't check. The hole. The beast is on the map. Oh boy. Well, I guess we kind of want to go... We want to go somewhere central then to see if we can hear him. Packet loss at 38 minutes. Equals no killer. Yeah, exactly. There's a weird bug right now. Packet loss means he's not there, yeah. But I've got like loads of packet loss happening. Did it happen at 38 minutes or not? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, packet loss means no boss. Yes. This is true. I keep forgetting to look. Grabbing a bottle of water has never been more difficult. Feels really nice playing Interchange after playing Lighthouse, actually. You can just tell that the FPS is way higher. Especially now with the new monitor. Like, I used to not be able to tell that much. But now I can really feel the difference. Right. Gotta get our eye on for sniping the scavios. Actually, you know what? Probably was M61, actually. What no killer does to her. Yep. For sure. For sure. Can't believe you used to have a 60 Hz monitor. I know. Honestly, it's not like... It's a lot nicer now. Definitely. Like, what's the FPS right now? 110 or something? I'm still not hitting the frame cap anyway. Like, yeah, with the scope on, it's like 80 odd. 90. Alright. Like, as long as it's harder than 60, I don't really care. You just upgraded to 14.4? Yeah, I did, yeah. It's actually 165. Just the way it worked out, honestly. Oh, is that going to be too far now? So it's good. But it's not like, you know, not insane. When was this? It was probably, maybe what, like 3 weeks ago now? Something like that. 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I kind of want to keep this stuff to try to get myself overweight so we can gain a bit of strength XP. What monitor did you opt for? It's an LG. I got the 27 GP 850. A lot of scavs around, aren't there? A lot of scavs. That's the one. It seemed like the best combo for kind of the distance that I'm sat from my monitor, plus other stuff. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I read a lot around about it and tried to figure out what was going to be the best one. And seemed like the best combo. Yes, it's nice. It's very nice. I do really like it, to be fair. It's much better than my old one. I had my old one for ages. It was a really weird res as well. It was like 2048 by 1156, I think. It was like slightly higher than 1080. Really weird. But I bought it a long time ago. I had literally up until I changed over, I had a DisplayPort adapter into VGA because my old monitor was like VGA. Did you get all the gas lands? I did. I did. We were on the next part of Lightkeeper, but the problem is I died doing the very last plant of the thing that you need to do for the Lightkeeper request assessment part, not assessment, network provider part 2. And I have to craft the item that you need to plant, unfortunately, because I died with the very last one. So it's going to take too long. It'll take too long to craft everything for this stream, but it'll be fine. We'll get back on it next time. Right, we're slightly overweight now. Now we're gaining strength XP. Good. I hear somebody. Well, I might have. Maybe not. Maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe I'm right. Look, you know, just my luck, isn't it? Get like multi-gas analyzer situation. Of course, the raids now we don't need it anymore. The scope's pretty crispy. Nah, it's really good. The Schmidt and Bender one way is really nice. The 8 times is a bit much on it, but it's a great scope, in my opinion. I do like it. Is that no? It was 16, but it was 16.9. Mine was 16.9 mild on. Down in the recent patch, now I can't get back on. Still have assessments to do loads more tasks before you get to the island. Yeah. I haven't even got assessment yet. We've still got to do network provider part 2. Got a ton to do. Well, at least it'll keep me busy. Oh, the players on this map are non-existent. I haven't even heard any shots or anything. Just scavs. I do find interchange is a bit dead right now. The only place that I've actually found people is like Idea Office. So just pick up some like random stuff that goes for a decent amount of money. Never fails this section. Cans of Coke. All the energy drink stuff is all good. They're all good one slotters. To be fair, the other ones, they give you like 10k per slot, so what else is crap? SRVV, that thing. Take one of them, take one of them. Condensed milk is always nice. What else is rubbish? The SIGs, they'll probably go for a little bit, but this is probably better. What else we got? They're like 6k, they're kind of rubbish. Swap everything out for food. What else? I'll spray. Actually, alright, it's alright. Maybe the drill. I can't remember what drill's going for. It's probably not worth it. We'll just get rid of the drill. No one needs the drills. Max energy. See, these things are definitely worth more. I'm going to drink that myself. Take a can of squash. You need to remember the SJ9s. I've got the SJ9s. I have them. I have them already in my stash. Peas? I don't think... Peas don't go for that much. They go for a bit, but not loads. Oh, we may as well take them. Got spare space. Let's click long line with no players. Yeah, it is a little tricky, isn't it? But we'll just reset. It's okay. We'll just run money, reset, whatever. Go for another thick case. Why not? I'm basically like just grinding thick cases right now, and I'm actually kind of enjoying myself. Bizarrely. What's our extract? A railway. Oh, we're actually going the wrong way. Okay, we'll go through. Yeah, we'll just go through this way. Oh, let me up. Let me up, you stupid thing. Vaulting when? Vaulting when? I jumped too far. Alright, well, let's head through here. Go this way. Reserve is really dead. 5 raids, I haven't heard or see anything. Load into raid, sometimes just a black screen. God, I don't know. Yeah, that sounds really bad. I'm not sure what to tell you. Night into is the way in the white. Yeah, I don't like playing at night though. Just not really a fan of nighttime at all. Never mind interchange. Just don't like playing nighttime. Not my bag. I just don't really enjoy it. I feel like it sort of just accentuates parts of the game that are already not that great about the lighting. And especially on interchange where the lighting is already kind of bad and a bit notorious. It's weird, the fog is there through the glass, but then not outside the glass. Actually really odd. Very strange behaviour all round. Best technical patch this white. Oh man. Hey, hope you have a good stream. Hey, Joseph, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Sure, it's not just a night raid. Haha. Inside Interchange is almost the same as daytime. You say, yeah, people say this. I feel like it isn't. I feel like it's much worse. Maybe that's just me thing. I find Interchange bad anyway, and I think like the combinations then having it at night as well, it doesn't feel good to me. Why did I think that was a player? Do you have to like Alt F4 and reload? Does that fix it? Weird question. Been listening to every podcast Monday mornings. Curious about your backgrounds. You mean like IRL, like what we've done kind of thing? Fake patch, people getting bugged raids from it. It's all been fine for me. Sometimes I end up dead after rejoining. I wonder if you could, like, prone even though there's nothing on screen. I wonder if you could still go prone before you Alt F4. God, that scared the crap out of me. It was my own bush audio. I mean, for me, you'll have to ask Church about his history, I suppose. But for me, I'm a science boy. I used to work in finance and then eventually quit because I was working from home for a long time, and I was told that basically I couldn't work from home anymore, and I wanted to be with my young family, and the channel was kicking off, and I thought, hell yeah, let's go for it. That's the very short answer. Yeah, it's very subpar in terms of what we actually did, but you know, it's free monies, whatever. The patch doesn't seem to actually do anything. We're not even sure. Only happens on Lighthouse. Lighthouse is so messed up. Such a messed up map. I just hate the performance on Lighthouse. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it up again just because I think it's kind of interesting. What are people's thoughts on DayZ? I genuinely might. We'll have to see, but I might like put a slot in or something. If I can make a DayZ work in a way that's actually kind of fun, then I'm very tempted to play some DayZ on stream at some point. Just like a slot. It wouldn't be all the time for sure. But I'm tempted just because I used to be into DayZ back in the day. I had to go with it the other day and it was kind of fun. You know what's actually really sad is that I've been umming and ahhing about getting back into it and thinking about it a little bit. And I saw Hayes playing on the Greyman server, which is like Shroud and Sacriel server. And I was like, oh, that could be kind of interesting. And like, I had a dabble on it, literally on one day, and the very next day they closed it, saying like, yeah, we've got all the testing feedback we need, blah blah blah. Like, thanks everyone for joining. I was like, no, that freaking sucks, dude. I literally played on it one day, just like trying to get the basics back. But like, I'm such a DayZ noob now. I used to play the mod, the armor mod, back in the day. But like when I went back to it, I just like the game was so different. It never felt like it was that hard to start before, and now it was like really hard to start. So seems like you have to play a modded server. So I was like fiddling around with it a little bit, but it was kind of fun. I feel like I made like a breakthrough. I actually met a nice person who chatted to me for a little bit, and we like buddied up for a minute, and I got shot by a random player, and he was like, "Oh yeah," because you start off with DayZ's kind of weird. You start off on the beach with like very little stuff, and I don't know whether it was the mods that I was playing, but you started with a small stone, and all the guides online for DayZ are like, oh, you need to find another small stone so that you can, or like two small stones basically, so that you can make an improvised knife, and without that you can't seem to really do anything. And I find it like impossible to find like anything actually like sensible. And yeah, it turns out that you can just like use an actual rock in the game to do this. I didn't realize this. I don't know whether that's a modded thing or whether that's a vanilla thing. I don't know. But after being able to do that, that kind of like opens the whole game out because it stops you from just like searching for a small stone for like 3 hours, which is what kind of put us off the first time. Like we played DayZ, the standalone version, like 3 years ago to have another go, and me and all my friends just like gave up IRL. We all just gave up with it because we were like, this is not the game that we remember at all. And all the bugs were still there. It was like still just as buggy. Like everything was like glitching through doors and yada yada. But that was the thing. It was like, even to Gangster's point here, right? Like DayZ has a steep learning curve similar to Tarkov. This is true, but I feel like even if you follow the guides, we followed the guides for about 5 hours and couldn't make any progress because we couldn't find any of the stuff we needed at all. And just ran out of food by the time that we'd like managed to find like 2 stones between 5 people, and we just died every time. We were like, you can't even get over like the first little hurdle. So we just like everyone. I wanted to carry on. And I was like really stubborn. It's probably the reason why I'm still into Tarkov. I'm really stubborn. I wanted to beat it, and everyone else was like, "Oh no, this is boring." Oh. Like, fine, you guys are weak. But I'd played slightly too much, and I couldn't send it back. So I actually still have a copy of DayZ, whereas no one else does from my IRL group. And so I fiddled around with it the other day, and playing the modded versions, it was a lot better because, well, this secret piece of information that you could use rocks actually in the world to sharpen stone into a knife, that basically fixed like all of the early game progression for me. Originally we were playing on official, yeah. Best place to find Ledix? I think Woods. Can we get your video settings? Yeah, let me see. Because I've actually got some weird settings. Let me just check that they're right. Let me see. Actually, I've changed my settings slightly. These were the settings. Okay, so these were the settings that I was using prior to fiddling around with the stream. Those are the settings I was using before. I changed them again from this because I was having performance issues on Lighthouse in particular. Shoreline or Labs, best place? Lots of people seem to have had great luck on Woods finding Ledex. What quest are you doing? Right now I'm doing Longline. I'm trying to kill PMCs because we were doing Assessment Part 2. Not Assessment Part 2. God, I keep calling it Assessment. Network Provider Part 2, which is the Lightkeeper one. But the problem is that the very last one I died and I didn't have another radio repeater good to go, which was a shame. So we've got to wait until next stream to finish that one. Annoying. Basically tomorrow. I'll craft one overnight and we'll get it finished tomorrow. Right, let me just press the button. That was anyway. Okay, we're getting quite late. Getting quite late. Can't see the links. I just pasted them in the live chat. Are the scouts bugged because it feels like they spot me through the smallest cracks? Nope, that's just the way that they work. They're just really hard. I pasted them myself into the chat. That's why I asked, because Network Provider 2 is the Lighthouse task. Yeah. We got stuck, though. Like, we're kind of close to the end of the stream anyway, so we just switched up a little bit at the end. See the one you're screaming out in chat? YouTube is high. Oh man, that's crazy. Well, those links came from my Discord, so if you want to see them, they're in the information section on my Discord called Settings Schedules, and you can find the link to the Discord under any of my videos in the links, and you can find it there if you're super committed and can't find it on the actual thingy bobs. Looking for a graphics card in Stashes and Woods. Found 4 LEDX. Holy moly. Thanks, buddy. Is there a particular strat to approach assessment? Well, assessment is much easier now because you basically just loot chalets and kill people in chalets. It's anything south of the road camp, pretty much, at this point. It used to be a really small area and people complained, so BSG made it a bit easier. So you can pretty much kill, so long as you're not fighting them in the road camp, you can basically kill them anywhere in Lighthouse. So doing assessment is fairly straightforward now. You just have to go and kill people, really. Actually, you know what? We are gonna let's pop this again because I'm gonna be running quite a long way. I feel like avoiding the main section with Goshan and everything because I never seem to find anybody in there. And this time we should look out for the 38-minute thing. I always forget to look out for the 38 minutes. Is this the right way to go? I think it is. We go in this corner. I kind of want to go up to Idea. Like it feels like people go up to Idea Office more than anywhere else. I've had loads of fights in Idea Office. And so few elsewhere. Kind of crazy, actually. No, you don't, hatchling man. What happens at 38? So, there's a new bug. The 38 thing, well, not new, but I don't know how long this has been going on for, but this was tested by HyperRat, Tiggs, loads of other people. And it's a thing. If you hit 38 minutes and there is packet loss, it means that killer is not in the raid. I repeat, not in the raid. You get packet loss at 38 minutes. We've got packet loss now, but I don't think that's the right one. It should be at the whole servers are like really unstable right now. That's not the right one. I'm not sure if we're actually going to be able to tell. Okay, here we go. Is there packet loss? There is packet loss, but I'm actually not sure whether that's like the right kind of packet loss or not. Hard to know now. I think that means that killer is not in the raid because there was packet loss there. I think that's what that means now. If there is no packet loss, it means that killer is in the raid because killer prevents the spawning of scavs. And the spawning of scavs causes some desynchronization with the server as the server works to spawn scavs in and do, you know, the stuff the server needs to do. That's the deal. So it looks like killer is not here, although it's got a bit messy because... yeah, it's gotten slightly messy because the servers are not working properly right now. It doesn't seem, and we're getting like packet loss and whatnot otherwise. Stand there and shoot him. Stand there and shoot him. It is at 38 exactly. So I think killer is not here. Did I take a shot to the chest? I did. Let's just do a little revision of the old mags. As I get found out, I don't even know. Okay, I'm still M61, good. And it seems to work like 2 minutes in for every map, but I've not seen it. I don't know. Wasn't it 38? Yeah, it's 38 exactly. 70 seconds into raid. Something along those lines. I guess people just notice. But we're getting loads of packet loss like randomly now, so I don't really know why. Why is there more shots coming over here? We're going to go around this way. Oh, it's a scav fighting someone, I think. Maybe. Interesting. Oh no, he threw it short. Oh no. Ah, we pushed on the nade and he threw it short. Damn. Sucks, man. Sucks. Oh well. We got 3 kills for long line, which is pretty good. I'm doing long line broadly. Basically, I can't do the Lightkeeper quest because I'm stuck on the item you need. So to do assessment, I keep calling assessment. Goddamn. To do network provider part 2, you need to have the radio repeaters. Mechanic gives you 4, and I used all 4 of them. And on the very last one, I got killed by a rogue with a grenade launcher inside the helicopter. I should have moved. I should have known better, really, but I thought it was probably just safer just to sit still. Now, the issue is that I need to still do this one. But to get another one of these radio repeaters, you have to craft it in the hideout. Now, I've got a hideout craft that's already running in there, and it takes an hour and a half to craft another repeater. It's a pain. Why'd you run? I tried to push the guy and catch him while he was throwing the nade. I thought A, he was a bit closer, and I thought B, that the nade was going to come past me, because I thought he heard me, and I didn't think he was he just threw it into the bodies. I was safe at the spot, but I was going to have to fight somebody, right? I was going to have to fight him at some point. I thought that the guy was nading me in my position. I don't think I was going to die to the nade, but I was trying to catch the guy off guard while he was still in the throw, pull out weapon animation, because that happens a lot. That genuinely happens all the time. If people are throwing and they're on their own, and they're throwing a nade, they have to get their gun back out and stuff. It's a huge delay. I've killed loads of people like that when they throw a nade and you just push. But he threw the nade into the bodies for some reason. I guess he just kind of missed it or something. I think he probably just missed, or he thought that I was somewhere around the area and just trying to get me to move so he could figure out some more audio or something. But I thought that he knew where I was and would thrown it past. So if I ran forwards, and it would miss me and go off behind, because there wasn't anybody there, right? There was just 3 dead guys. So I thought it was. I didn't think he would throw it there. Sometimes you make the wrong call. Because at that position, right, I've got a semi-auto weapon and I've got a left-hand peek. So I'm okay, I need some kind of advantage. Either I need to throw a nade myself, or I need to push him on a queue that he's made. That was why I did it. But yeah, he threw the nade short, so I ran straight onto it and blew up. Such is life. Such is life. But we got 3 kills for long line, which is good. I'm still doing long line, and I still technically need killer. I just never see the guy. Just never seem to be in any quests where he's actually there. I answered the question, yeah, from Yama a bit ago. Does it only work for killer? Apparently it works for all the maps. Apparently it's 2 minutes into every map. The whole is the boss there? Does it desync? Do you get the packet loss thing? Apparently that works for all maps, but I haven't tested it, so I'm not really sure. We're gonna go PMC hunting on factory. Probably gonna be our last one. I can confirm this works on woods. There you go. So then you know Sturman is there then, Mr. Sturmy. Right, where are we gonna go? Here's a scab. Is this random stuff? What else we got? SKS. Okay, well. VPO Vepper. That better? 136. It's gonna be better than the SKS at least. Where's our PMCs? We've got HP, so we can shoot at legs with this. Probably slightly more effective than Mosin. Although we could use the Mosin. I tend to just run around like an idiot these days and just try to find PMCs who are... No, nobody's ever at gate 3. PMCs never stick around at gate 3. I'm almost at the point where I'm just not going to go to gate 3 anymore. The boss formate's public. They are not public per se. I'm pretty sure that's a PMC. Is there anything I can stand on that makes it a bit taller? That. I could, in theory, get a headshot through there. Was he upstairs? Oh, I saw a flashlight. Did you see a flashlight? Oh. Sneaky boy Scav doing a sneaky thing. Because he's going under. So we'll go up. Maybe he's holed himself up in here. No. Could have been the guy at the other side. Yeah, maybe he just ran this way. I'm pretty sure that's just a scav. I'm on dangerous ground here. Ah! Where'd our PMC go? Guy's probably healing, maybe. Could also be going towards this extract. This is the exit he'd be going to if he was going to one. Although that sounded like a scav. Yeah, that's a scav. That's a real scav. No, no one's been through there. That wasn't a door here, was it? No. I keep getting these like doors. Doors are like glitching right now. I wonder whether this is part of the culling system. We'll maybe drop there. Have a quick look. I feel like he's gone, but... No, he's not in there. That's more scav. Scav behaviour. Damn. Where did he go? I think he's gone. Patch good for looting for scouts? It's not very good, no. I just like it for hunting random PMCs. I reckon our PMC friend's probably gone. He was probably the shots over here. And then I presume that he left. Yeah, oh, yeah, here we go. He went out of here. There. Never mind. Never mind. I like hunting PMCs, it's fun. Making people's factory like a living nightmare. But scav factories, if you just run from any spawn into this bit and get out, if you're doing it in between PMC raids, it's probably one of the most like, min-max things you can do, because you just run, get into here, leave. It's just every single time. Dead body at 3? Yeah, it's fine. No biggie. I just like running around. Honestly, as a scav, it's fun. It's freeing. Yeah, Streets is better. Streets is better for loot, but if you want to play more PMC, then Factory's good, because you're in and out like really quick. It takes genuinely under a minute to do it, and it means you can just play PMC again afterwards. Which is pretty decent. Honestly, not a bad way to do it. Finish network provided part 2 took me a bit. Wait till you get assessment part 1. Assessment's just killing people though. Is it not? Assessment part 1. Eliminate 20 PMCs. Yeah, that's I kind of don't mind that though. Is the player count listed in-game accurate? You mean like on streets or whatever? It is, yeah. Oh, this one. Cool. Cool. Now these hybrids go for quite a lot of money. Because people are just too lazy to do the barter. For whatever reason. 6 of RAM. People have no excuse now. Because now nobody should have this on anymore. Remove barter offers. Nobody should have this selected. Really. Because it only shows you trader ones now. Because there aren't any player barters. If you've still got that turned on, I highly advise you turn it off. Because you're just kind of wasting the potential of like A, learning about the barters, and B, well, sometimes they're just good and you forget about them. So yeah. That's been as easy and so and fun. I think so, yeah. Yeah. Coolio. Right, guys. Well, what we got to do is do this new craft. Once we've got this new thing crafting, then we'll be able to finally finish off this last one. I knew that the one in the road camp was going to be more annoying. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We got to grab this. And we got to do the old scrolly. Here it is. I have to buy a CFDM radio. But that's okay, because we can just pay for these. It doesn't need to be Finding Raid. Can you imagine? You have to get more Finding Raid ones for him. And this is going to use, Finding Raid gas annie, but that's okay. One of these phones. Yeah, that's fine. That's right. So I'll start this off now. It's going to take 1 hour and 11 minutes. But that's all right. So by the time that we get on tomorrow, that'll be easily completed and we'll be able to finish it again. I mean, I hope, to be fair, I'm half tempted to just like finish it offline, because if I fail, I'm going to have to go and make another one. And that would be a real, buzzkill. If we go to try and do it and then we just die. And then we end up losing it, and we're like, oh no, now we're stuck again. You get 4 of them, so you don't have to craft. I know, but I lost one. I was mid-planting it, and I got grenade launched by a rogue all the way across the entire rogue camp into the helicopter. Which was, that was certainly... It was certainly a thing. Let's put it that way. Certainly a thing. Best one at night? Maybe. You might be right. You might be right. Right. Let's have a look. Haven't we visited for a while? Let's go and have a look at Gino, Mr. Gino. Right, guys. Well, I have a video coming out in 1 minute, which is actually an interchange, like blow by blow run through. So that's going to come out in a second. There's going to be another poll for another. There's going to be a poll for like the one for next week, so go and answer in that poll. We're going to go and raid Gino. Those guys on YouTube, just have a wonderful day. Go and see Gino if you want to manually on Twitch, but otherwise, have a good one. It's going to be the end for today, and then tomorrow we're going to carry on with the old Lightkeeper stuff, and hopefully we can get onto assessment and do just a bit more like fun Lighthouse PvP rather than doing anything else. So until then, friendos, I will catch you around, and I will see you later. Bye for now, guys. Ciao, ciao.